How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Listen, I got to tell you right now. You guys may not have noticed this, but I am out of shape.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
No.
You?
Yeah. No, Carmen, you don't get to see me every day. You don't know.
Also, I can't tell with your T-shirt on.
Right.
Yeah.
I did something this weekend. I am in such pain. I'm in agonizing pain, and not the kind of pain where you feel like a sharp, just a sore. Oh God, that hurt. Kind of pain.
Ooh, 5K?
Like that. Like you would run a 5K,
Right.
and the next day everything in your body would hurt.
I was very sore after my 5K.
I worked out a lot.
Did you walk to your car?
It was way worse than that. It was way worse than that. I did something strenuous this weekend, Galvin. Hey, I'm joking around, kinda, but I did something, and then the next day, and still today, my shoulders mostly are so sore.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
Did you swim laps?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I did. Oh no. I didn't do anything. I didn't go, this is going to be exercise.
Oh, okay.
I
It was
did
just
a
something that happened.
Casual activity that
Right.
the next day I realized that's how out of shape I am.
Did you play volleyball with your daughter?
No, you're getting closer.
Okay.
Carmen,
Did you work in your garden?
no.
I just figured it out. Yeah, because I know now.
Same,
I know
yeah.
now.
All
What
right,
you
go
said.
ahead.
And you're ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
The fact that
I
you swang a
know.
golf
Yeah.
club and are this out of shape.
You
You went to
can't-
Top Golf.
I went to Top Golf, and I got to tell you, it made me feel so awful the next day about how bad. My body hurt and felt sore, but only because it's getting no physical activity
You
whatsoever.
can literally eat nachos and those
Yeah.
little donut holes
Have
while
a
you're doing it.
drink.
If you're doing something that most people do for fun and you get sore from it,
Yeah.
that's pretty bad.
Side note, had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a great time. Had a ton of fun. Did not go there to say, hey, kids, you want to work out? Went there for fun. And then the next day, I couldn't figure out why I was so sore and what was bothering me. And did I tear a muscle somewhere while I was sleeping? I couldn't figure out what it was, but it's definitely because I went to Top Golf. And I'll tell you, it's helped me turn over a new leaf. I've realized I must start working out immediately.
All right.
Because I am just in terrible shape.
Yeah.
Losing weight, but not building any muscle, and just feeling like an old man. You know what I'm saying, Joe?
I do.
Yeah.
I do, Michael.
A big thing for getting older, stretching. People don't realize it, but stretching is huge, and a lot of people don't do it.
Agreed.
Even people that work out regularly.
So they're gonna open up one of those stretch labs near my house, and I was thinking about going there because I do need to get somebody to help me get stretched out to start out a little bit.
When I
But
went to
you
Top
can do
Golf, I had to
daily.
stretch across the table to get the onion rings.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
bad.
As I was putting them in my mouth
Yeah.
and then
Must be
swinging.
difficult.
I remember
Yeah.
going downstairs to the game room and then
Yeah.
going back upstairs to where my onion rings were.
Yeah.
Carmen, give you the report, okay?
Okay.
Went to Taco Bell twice this weekend.
Oh, my God.
Got no food.
Oh.
Took the kids to Taco Bell.
know.
Did not.
Okay.
Listen to me. I'm being honest. I have not cheated one time. Went to Top Golf. Did not cheat at all. They even got something called a Dirty Pepsi.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a Pepsi float.
Yeah.
They've got great food there.
They got great food.
Yeah.
I had the Diet Coke,
Mm.
Yeah, and my wife got hummus, and I ate the celery out of the hummus.
Yeah.
I did really good, Carmen. You'd have been proud of me.
You
Good
can
for
eat the
you.
hummus. Hummus is good
Yeah,
for
but
you.
I could just I was trying not to eat it. Once you start eating one thing,
Right.
then you're like, I can
Slippery
eat just
slope.
one
Open.
chicken wing. Yeah. It was pretty good. I lost $200 in betting on golf.
Wait.
I was beating my son 159,000 to 79,000. I was like, if you beat me, I'll give you $100, and he beat me. And I was like, oh, God damn it, son! I
He
had
sandbagged you.
double or
Yeah.
nothing. I'm
Did the old rope-a-dope.
He
Hustle.
brought me right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did so much this weekend. This was the most active weekend I've had in a long time for a guy who had nothing to do this weekend.
Really?
Yeah. What did we do Friday? I don't think Friday we did anything. Oh, Friday. This is where it all starts. Friday we went to Texas Roadhouse.
All right.
Just me and Amanda.
Uh-huh.
Juliana had a sleepover. Joey was at his girlfriend's.
No
Man.
rolls with the cinnamon butter or anything?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
No,
Galvin.
I know, but I'm saying you didn't have any?
No.
Oh,
I had a salad
Then
and
why
a steak.
go?
Yeah.
Because my wife wanted to go, and it was a true test of whether or not I could. I did have a couple of peanuts, Galvin, and I ate one with the shell, just
Yeah.
like you said.
Nice, right?
Yeah, well, it was a little salty, but it wasn't so bad.
Oh, the cinnamon butter is so good.
Here's a couple of observations I have about Texas Roadhouse. First of all, I've been there before. I've been to the one in Wesley Chapel, which is the one we went to, right?
Yep.
And I've been to the new one over here on 54. And every time I go there, it is the exact same situation. 9,000 people waiting outside to get in, and in the lobby to get in. Like I feel like there should be more Texas Road. They should be right next to each other.
Always packed.
Always packed.
It doesn't matter what time of day, lunch, dinner, brunch.
What are people going to Texas Roadhouse for?
Steak, I guess.
Steak, the bread.
Fajitas.
Okay.
I see the
Good
fajitas.
chicken tenders.
Okay. Is there any time that you were in Texas Roadhouse when they broke down and started dancing and you went, this is why we come here?
Oh,
Wait,
no.
This is why they come here.
Yeah, we did go there a while back, like 7-8 years ago,
Yeah.
for someone's birthday.
Well,
Because
okay,
they
birthdays are the only reason it's acceptable.
Yeah, because
What
they
is-
put you on a saddle and
Yeah.
What was the place next to the station?
Cody's.
Cody's.
Okay, that I've been in that. I don't think I've ever been in the Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse looks like Cody's.
Yeah, I figured it was
Yeah.
like kind of the same.
Same thing. And then you're, I'll tell you, a little better quality than the Cody's.
Okay.
And then like you're eating, and all of a sudden you hear, I mean, they're playing music, but then all of a sudden you hear louder music goes, and then they all come out and they start, dun, 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 and they're all dancing and clapping, and you're like, well, I just want to eat my steak. What
Yeah.
is? No one's watching
I wouldn't
this.
even know the fun police. I mean,
No,
they're
but nobody was like, "Oh hell yeah, they're dancing." You know, they're all like, "Okay." Like I want to be like less dancing and more bussing tables.
let
There's a
'em- yeah.
line of
Let
100
'em
people
have
outside.
fun. Like, let's-
Nobody was having fun. They look miserable. They look like the waiters on the cruise ship. The waiters on the cruise
Yeah.
ship when they're singing at the end of the thing, and you're like,
Yeah, but you have to
"Leaving on a
imagine-
jet plane."
That whenever you're filling out the application, they tell you.
Yeah. Of
Part of
course.
it is, 18 times an hour, you're gonna hear bound in there, and you're gonna have to get up there and start dancing.
Right.
Slap leather.
I get it, and I bet you half of them would be like, "I just want to serve this prime rib. I don't really want to
Yeah,
dance.
well,
It's part
that's
of the job."
gig,
Then
though.
go work at a different place that
Yeah.
doesn't have dancing.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is there anybody at the house that was like, "Should we go here? Oh, let's go there. They dance."
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Have
Yes.
you been in
No.
America at all? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
I
Yes.
don't-
There's plenty of people
There's
that's the whole. Oh, they do the dancing.
Yeah.
because
Yes.
the kids love it.
Yep.
You
Kids
know-
love it. Old ladies
people.
love
Old
it.
old
Yeah.
ladies
Yeah.
love it.
Oh,
Old
no
ladies
fun
love it.
curmudgeon here.
I
Hates
know,
it.
right? Sorry, you're sore from Topgolf.
Yeah.
So Friday night we went to Texas Roadhouse. Sunday night, last night, we went to Texas Roadhouse.
Oh,
went
see?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
because
the
we
dancing.
had Friday night we had it was just Amanda and I, and we were like, where can we go watch some people dance?
Yep.
And then Sunday night the kids wanted to go back there, and they weren't with us the first time, so we went back.
Yeah.
So we go there, and same thing, waiting to get in and the whole deal. And we get seated, and I get seated, and this guy is sitting on. He's sitting in a chair, but to a booth. Like the booth is too full, so he's sitting in the chair. And he looks at me and he goes, "Hi." And I look at him. I go, "How's it going?" And he goes, "Cowhead, right?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "You remember me?" And I looked at him and I was like, "No." I mean, like, I don't know what's the right answer to that. Do you remember me? Because clearly you remember me.
Yeah, I'll usually give them a refresh my memory.
Well,
You know
but
what
I mean, like, there's a
Then
part of
they
me
pull a
that,
knife out.
right.
Stab,
Sometimes
stab.
there's a part of me that's like, I do recognize this guy, and I'm not getting good vibes. You know, it wasn't that. And I was like, he's like, "You remember me?" And I was like, "Oh." And then he goes, "The hot dog eating contest," and I go, "Did you win?" He goes, "Yeah." And he goes, 04? And I go, 04?
Yeah.
I look at my son, I go, he wasn't even born yet.
Yeah.
And he's like, I won the hot dog eating contest at whatever in 04. I was like, well, congratulations. Your family must be right. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what.
We've
you
been
want.
looking for you. Here's your prize.
Yeah. What am I mean, he was mad that I didn't recognize him. I said, I'm
It was
sorry.
a great day for him.
He was a very nice guy, by the way. He was not being a dick or anything. I just felt bad. I did not. I mean, sir, you're asking me. It's 21 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Yeah,
don't
but he's
even
the
know what
hot
happened.
dog guy.
I
Like,
know.
he-
I've
mean-
done a lot since then.
If anything sticks out, it should be the guy that won the hot dog eating contest.
I know, and because you know what's so funny is I heard him say to his family, remember the hot dog contest? And they all went, yeah. And I went, so clearly it was
That's
a
all
big
he
deal.
talks
It was a
about.
big deal.
Anytime
It's-
anybody has a hot dog, Carmen, or there's a hot dog on TV, or obviously 4th of July is coming up, he's
Yeah.
like, you guys remember 04, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell the
Legends
story
Let me
again.
tell you about my glory days.
There he was, cowhead,
Yeah.
serving up hot dogs.
And Moose was there.
He said, there's no way you're going to eat 24 hot dogs. And I said, cowhead, we'll be talking about this 21 years from now.
Legends never die.
That's right.
Hang
Now,
on.
do you remember the hot dog eating contest?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't. He said that, and I was hoping it would jar some sort of memory, and
And it did not.
All I can remember is the fat guys with the hot dog on the
Right.
string from the intro.
that I remember.
Oh, yeah.
That I remember. Yeah. No, this guy was talking about the country station. I wasn't even,
yeah.
this is way before I was even here.
Wasn't that the bum carnival in the
Yes,
parking
it
lot?
was.
No.
No,
That
no.
was a fat
that-
guy.
We were doing something like that.
Survivor.
Oh.
Yeah, Fat Guy Survivor, because the Sam Kinison impersonator was involved in it as well.
Yep. That was Fat Guy Survivor.
You all right?
I'm okay.
Was that a sneeze?
It was.
Oh, I just heard it sounded like a
was a
zipper
joke.
was opening.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were taking your wiener out during the show.
Well, sometimes.
Went to the Hard Rock yesterday.
Oh, man, this guy.
I
Yeah.
told you I had a very packed weekend.
Yeah.
Went to the Hard Rock yesterday, and you want to know how I did? Be expecting them to build a new wing sometime.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Can we get that sports book we waiting for?
Listen to me. I certainly made a contribution towards it yesterday. I could not catch a break, and this little Asian guy came up next to me. Okay, come to the table. I'm playing by myself. He comes to the table.
What are you
quiet.
playing, 3-card or blackjack?
No, Spanish 21.
Mm.
It's blackjack with no tens,
Mm.
and you could double down at any time, and you could surrender. And I was just playing it to play. I got like $300 on the table. This guy comes in and he checks in with $500. All right, bets 25, bets 50, bets 25, bets 50, and then out of the blue just takes a stack of like $250 and bets it. Blackjack. I was like, huh, good for you, buddy. You picked the
Nice.
right time, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't talk. He's just,
Oh.
and then he left it there and got a 20. The guy's making like $250 a pop now. Then he takes his whole stack and puts it on there, like it was in a movie. Like he came there to get his mortgage that month, and then the lady rolled out a 6-card 21 to him. Flip, 21, double up his stack, and he's like, "Hey." Cash in, took his money, was like, good luck. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That guy made like $750 in 5 minutes and then was like, see ya, going to the noodle bar. It was
Nice.
great. Yeah, took me an hour to get rid of $300.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. But that was at that table.
That's always the dilemma is the grind or the quick in and out. You know what I mean? Because if you go in and you go, I'm going to bet huge
Right.
and bet 3 hands.
You're
And if
out.
I win those 3 hands and I, win a bunch, I'm out. Or do I sit there and bet smaller bets? Because the longer you're there, the more chance you have to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like the whole thing, whatever. You could easily get wiped out in 3 hands, or you could double up in 3 hands and then be like, peace, I'm out of here.
Well, if I double up in 3 hands, I'm like, wow, we just got here.
Yeah.
It's never going to work out for me. But the other problem was I was hemorrhaging money at the same time because I'm betting and losing. Joey's betting, losing. Amanda's betting, losing. So I got it funneled out.
That's
in 3
my big
different
thing when
directions.
my wife and I go, and I'm Mr. 10 minutes, boom, get out, time to get out of here. Like I just robbed a bank and stuff. And my wife loves to sit there and write. She just loves to play.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, well, I'm up $2,000 or something. I'll put 100 into the slot machine.
Right. Just kiss that 100 goodbye.
Right. And then I put another 100 in, and then I go, well, I'll go over and play 3-card for a little while. Now I'm down to 1,000. I already lost 1,000, and then I'm back to where I originated from, and then I go, I want to leave. I want to get out of here.
But it's just so much fun to be in that building.
Yeah.
And we just pulled up and get all excited to go in there. My brother-in-laws went, and my brothers-in-law went and took my father-in-law, and we met up with
Fathers-in-law.
them. No, just it was only one of him.
Oh, okay.
We met up with them for a little while, and then we all went and played our own games, and then we all lost.
Yeah.
But it was a fun time. We hung out. I don't know how they convinced us. Come here. We'll give you bright lights and drinks. And actually, we won't even give you the drinks. We'll charge you a ridiculous amount of money for the drinks. And then we will give you bright lights and a good time. You will give us all your money, and then you will leave. And when you leave, you'll go, it wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
What are you betting, if you know what I may ask you? Betting per hand. What are you betting?
$50.
Yeah, you should be getting free drinks.
Oh, I'm not really drinking.
Yeah,
So,
if you
yeah,
were
yeah.
though, if you were.
But explain this to me.
Yeah.
Okay. When I go, I usually spend. I've gone there 4 times in the past 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I usually spend $1,000 a time.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll go there and would roll out $500, but I end up spending $1,000 a time. My wife goes there and she may spend $300 a night.
Tell you exactly.
She jumped me in levels. They leveled her up to blue.
She is playing slots.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, they love the slot players. The slot players.
I'm spending way more money.
Yeah, I know. I
But
know.
they can keep track of it better. I'm pretty sure.
No,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
actually know exactly what I bring to the table and what I leave with.
Yeah, because whenever you sit down, you have your card and they do 500 going out, this, that, whatever. But the slot machine, for some reason, they like the slot players and they give them a lot more benefits and stuff. Yeah, I don't know why. It's weird.
It's so weird.
The slots are not the greatest odds, right?
Well, the slots are the moneymaker for the casino.
Right. So
for
they want
sure.
to encourage you to do more slots.
Yeah.
Just think, I'm going to level up.
I mean, that's why whenever you go in the casino, what do you see the most of?
Yeah.
Slots.
Yeah,
and
but
then
when they
whenever
look
they
at
open
my-
another room, they're like, let's put more slots in there,
When they look at my history, they were like, this guy just comes and gives us money in large amounts every time. He should be coming here more often.
Yeah.
So Friday after the show, you guys leave. I'm in here doing a little work. And
Doing a little work.
Yeah. You were watching porn again, were you?
No, I was doing commercials.
Mm.
And I get up and I stretch my legs and I walk outside this room and I have to pee. I'm like, let me go look at Ralphie. So I go look at Ralphie. He's walking around. I take a little pee out there. And while I'm peeing, I hear, eat, eat. Anybody want to guess what that is?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you probably figured it out.
Yeah. I watch a lot of Instagram.
Eat. And I'm like, did a baby squirrel fall? Or a baby bird? That's what it sounds like. It's maybe I'm not doing it cute enough. Like that. And I thought, while I'm peeing, I'm like, I'm going to go find this thing and I'm going to rescue it. What if it's a baby raccoon? This is my wife's dream. We're going to find this baby raccoon or whatever. So I start following the sound and I can't quite find it. Then I get by the air conditioner and I see that there's water coming out of the wall. And I'm obsessed with that for a second. I'm like, so this is coming out. Is this okay to do? And I look over and there's this giant wire, this big black wire. And I go, and what is this? And then that wire moved and it wasn't a big black wire. It was a big black snake. And the noise that I was hearing was not a bird or a squirrel. It was a live frog inside the mouth of the snake.
Oh.
Both arms out, frog, eat. And I went, I can't help you, buddy. There's nothing I can do in this situation. This is nature. And nature, as they say, is metal. And I just took my camera out. I took a couple of pictures of it. And I forgot I put it on Instagram, Carmen.
Oh, no, that's not what I thought it was.
Oh, and that's what it was. The snake was eating the frog.
Yeah.
And it went like this. It had him in its mouth, and the frog was making noise. The frog was going, ee. And then the snake just went one more and just finished it.
By the way, literally the definition of insult to injury. The frog's getting eaten and you're taking pictures and he's like,
I know.
Yeah.
Guy's eating me and this guy's doing nothing but taking
I know.
pictures.
The circle of life.
I know. There was nothing I could do.
No.
The only thing that would be ironic is if a gator came up behind me while I was staring at that and bit me in the ass. Hey, can I ask you this? Did you go camping this weekend or was that last weekend? It was Whiskey Willie's weekend.
Last weekend, yeah.
Where did you go?
Heart Springs.
And did you go canoeing or did you just go swimming?
Just swimming.
So my wife and I went kayaking with the Kellys some time ago in Sarasota. And it was great. I didn't expect it to be that good of a time, and I had a great time. So my wife said to me, I really want to go kayaking again. And I've been looking online, trying to find a place to go. And I said to myself, I'm going to set this up for her where I'm just going to tell her, hey, Friday we're going kayaking. And dude, I looked this morning, and there are so many nice springs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Every one of them, giant sign for alligators.
Yeah, but they're...
Any water in
Florida. But it's so scary to me.
There's so many people this time of year, especially
Yeah.
out in the springs, that they don't come anywhere near it.
Oh, it scares the hell out of me.
Can I tell you where to go?
Yeah.
Which I did the kayak thing, whatever, is Rainbow River.
That's what.
Yeah,
one
that's
of
a
the
good one.
places. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
All right.
And it's just, you don't even have to paddle. You're literally just going.
And no alligator.
No, I mean I
Yeah.
didn't see any.
Yeah.
I've seen alligators there before.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure there are some, but it's also like what Gio said. There's so many
Yeah.
people out there. They're kind of like, all right, we'll go away over
So
there.
I was watching last year. I don't even know if it was a full year ago. The woman got eaten by an alligator, or got attacked here in the area, and this guy was breaking down what happened. She was in her kayak, and she went over the back of the alligator, and it got stuck on the alligator. And when they tried to paddle and move it away, it scared the alligator. The alligator jumped up. She jumped in the water. As she splashed, he splashed, and he attacked her. Oh, I know. But it's just it's a mistake. You know what I mean? It's an accident, and it's so hard to think about.
There's the one video where the woman's on the kayak and she's like pushing him and then hitting him in the nose with the paddle. She's like, "Get out of here, buddy!" She's like, "Come on, get away from me."
I don't get that at all. I have a great fear of alligators.
I saw a lady with a like a little plastic rake, almost like a you would use in a sandbox, a kid's toy type thing, scratching a bear's back. The bear like comes up onto her porch and she's like, "Hey, buddy, does that feel good? Do you like that?" And the bear's like, doing all this and stuff.
No way.
She goes, "Okay, I love you."
That's what my wife says to the deer all the time. She says, "Hi, dear, I love you."
Yeah. I don't know whether the bear cares whether you love it or not.
No, not
It's
at
like,
all.
that feels good. Are you done?
Question: did you tell the junk jockeys to come here?
No.
Last week I said to you,
Don't they just have a standing appointment with all your
Yeah.
junk?
no, last week I said to you on the air, can the junk jockeys take my basketball hoop because it's blowing into the garage during the windy days? And you were like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
We didn't set anything up for them to do it.
No.
I think it's gone.
Maybe they did come. I don't know.
I don't know. I just was thinking about it last night. I'm like, wait a second. I parked and I don't remember seeing the basketball hoop. It may be there, but I just didn't recall seeing it.
I don't know. I mean, I know they listen, but I don't know.
Because
Yeah.
you did say it on air.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't expect them to be like, okay, he said it on air. Because if that
Right.
was the case,
Yeah.
they would have removed half the stuff from my house already.
Yeah, they probably would have said something too.
Yeah, I just, it may be there and I just didn't notice it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about bears? Remember the things in Tennessee where you ride the little coaster in the mountains?
Oh, yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
That
that.
video with the bear?
I saw that.
The mountain
with
coasters?
the like 3 bears.
3 bears running alongside of the coaster.
Hey,
And you're not in charge of the coaster.
You're locked in too.
Right.
You're like, you can't get out.
You're just like, I hope this goes past them fast enough.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I saw that and I went, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That you have no control over.
No.
Nope.
And you're like, all right, well, let's keep moving. I hope.
Oh. Anyway, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I'm charged up and rested and feel good. I did a lot.
I'm glad you had a fantastic weekend. I had maybe one of the worst weekends ever.
Oh.
Friday, no Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
I saw you
What?
post about that.
No Wi-Fi. Talked to 90 different people. We can only get somebody out there on Monday. And I go, Monday?
Oh.
I go, so my whole thing. By the way, I said to my wife, I go, watch me lie my ass off. I go, UFC 317 Saturday. I have like 50 people coming to the house. I already spent thousands of dollars and stuff.
Why
But
isn't that Superheat Air, who has way less, way more area to cover?
Superheat and Air was there on Friday. How
Oh,
do you
really?
like that? Yeah, plumbing. Checking out my plumbing stuff, whatever. But yeah,
But why are they available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with way
Less staff.
I don't know. I went so far as to reach out to Bobby Kelly because he's Mr. Tech guy. And I'm like, hey, is there any kind of just plug and play Wi-Fi thing where I don't have to have him install and do stuff? And he gave me a guy's number. But it was just like, it's insane. And I talked to 90 different people from 4 different countries. And, they're all reading off a script and everything. And it was just ridiculous. So the guy's supposed to come out today. But then I'm like a loser. I'm like, I can't miss UFC 317. I got to watch this. I went to a bar by myself.
Yeah.
But let me ask you a question.
Hell yeah.
You should have just said, I'm coming to your house. I would have just been like,
Yeah.
I wasn't even home. I would have been like, go in.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I just went to a place by my house, and my wife met me over there, after she was done work, whatever. But it was a cool place, nice.
I love that. I
Easy
don't
peasy.
mind going by myself.
I got to tell you,
You by yourself?
yeah, who cares?
Next thing you
does it
know,
all the
some guy's
time.
talking to you about a hot dog contest you did 20 years ago.
I posted it, and I said, I'm watching UFC. My Wi-Fi's out, blah, blah, blah. So I'm at a bar by myself like a loser, and I almost put in parentheses, Geo. I didn't want to take a shot at you for no reason.
I don't see why that applies, but okay.
Yeah.
So did you stay there for the whole thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I watched the whole thing. I watched prelims and everything. I was like, oh, I mean,
Yeah.
nothing else going on. I got to tell you, no Wi-Fi is snore fest, man. Unless you're doing something outside or doing some sort of activities. I'm also now the proud owner of a DVD player. I went to Walmart and bought a DVD player for $4 or whatever it is. But yeah, I was just like, because I thought, okay, I need it for this weekend because there's nothing going on. Also, if there's a hurricane, I have my generator, so I have. That's it, but I won't have streaming, so I might as well just have a DVD player. Bought the whole box set of The Office, and it was like, okay, we got that. And then Sunday, so no Wi-Fi, terrible, unbelievable. Sunday, wake up, urinating blood.
Oh. Ooh, let me think. What's worse, urinating blood or no Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
They're very
It's pretty
close. Yeah.
It's
but
pretty close.
I got the double decker. I got both of them.
Oh my god.
If they said you can have your Wi-Fi back, but you're going to urinate blood,
Yeah.
do you choose? Do you take that?
I would
think you
take.
did.
I would take Wi-Fi. Yeah. So I said to my wife, I go, "Ooh, that's weird," and I said, I don't feel like I have a kidney stone or anything, and that can cause that.
By the way, that Galvin has a history of kidney stones.
Yeah.
Any of us, when urinating blood, we'd be freaking out.
Right. Well, I'm also freaking out.
Right. But you know you've been through it before.
Yeah, and then go again, more blood, this, that, whatever. Yeah, and then I go to like lay down. I'm like, I'm just gonna lay down, and immediately pain in the side, like somebody stabbed me with a rusty screwdriver, and I'm like, oh, yep, okay, so kidney stone. Go to the hospital, ER, not busy at all. Not busy. I was surprised at how not busy they were. And the lady was like, okay, they're going to be with you. They just took somebody back. They'll come out and get you. And within like a couple minutes, they came and got me. But while they were back there, I'm just holding my side and pacing back and forth. And I'm going to edit like a 9 of pain. And then just disappears. Stops completely.
Wow.
And I went, oh, that was weird.
Passed.
And they were like, while you're here, you might as well get checked out. So I'm in the hospital for, I don't know, 4 hours or something. And they check everything. They do a CT scan and they do this and that and everything. And it seems like I had a kidney stone, must have passed it without knowing it, and then residual stuff.
I get the gallbladder attack, sometimes gallstones.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. It's excruciating pain, and then it'll just disappear within like a minute.
Yeah, because whenever it moves through and does that stuff, whatever. So I'm assuming that I passed something, whatever, but still got the residual and that stuff. And I'm just like,
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Man, that was a rough way. All I did was gamble and eat steak.
Yeah. Not a great weekend.
No, not at all.
Did celebrate Gypsy's birthday, though. Gypsy is 2 years old.
Gypsy.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
How you like that? Had a party and everything.
No Wi-Fi.
Did you really?
No.
Like, I was invited.
we had a party. Me and her. I took her and I got her ice cream.
Oh.
Yeah,
all right.
got her ice cream cone. She loved it.
A no Wi-Fi, blood in the urine weekend.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a toughie.
I'll probably go on Survivor.
I thought I was sore from playing Top Golf.
Yeah.
I thought I had a rough weekend. But Top Golf's fun. We should all go do that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
love Top Golf.
It's
You know
a lot
what?
of fun.
You know what else I got bummed out? We made reservations to go there and all that. And then when we got there, because we went Saturday afternoon, it was pretty busy. And we got there and they were, for the first time ever, I had to go to the first floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
For-
went, oh, this is not as much fun. You don't want to, you don't feel like you're
yeah.
hitting it a mile away. But then it wasn't so bad. And once you start hitting, you're like, oh,
Yeah, it's all the same once you
it
get
is
down
all
there.
the same. But
Yeah.
it just seems like it's cooler when you're
Yeah,
upstairs.
second floor. Second
Yeah.
floor seems fun.
I don't know. It was a fun time. We had a good time. All right, let's take a break. Let's get this show moving this morning. It's Monday, and we are in 4th of July week. I know a lot of you are off on Friday. We're off on Friday. It's a holiday. But we are playing with our band Pitbull Toddler. We are out live at the Beach Club in Siesta Key. Very much looking forward. We haven't been there in probably over a year, and we're looking forward to having a big holiday celebration this Friday, Siesta Key. Come on out and join us. We'll take a quick break. Carmen will tell you what we have to give away this week, and we'll play Sporkle next on 102.5 The Bone. I'm such a... I don't know. I mean, I take the blame for this. I guess it's my fault. I got my dad tickets to go see Sean Hannity at Ruth Eckerd Hall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I know he likes that stuff. I know he likes Fox News and those people. And I called him up and I said, hey, Hannity is coming. I got you 2 tickets. He was like, oh, great. Thanks. Whatever. So then Saturday afternoon, I went by my dad's house and was hanging out there talking to him. He brought up the Hannity thing. I was like, all right, cool. And then I left. And then I woke up Sunday morning and I saw on Facebook a picture of Hannity and the other guy at Ruth Eckerd Hall in front of like a step and repeat. So I text my dad and I said, "Hey, how was Hannity?" And he goes, "I don't know. It's tonight." And I go, "Oh no, I think it was last night." And we got the nights mixed up, and he missed it. Yeah.
Did you send him the tickets or?
Now they were at will call.
Oh.
Yeah, and I didn't know if I told him the wrong day or if he had the wrong day or what the deal was because I thought it was the 29th, but I don't know, I got confused, so I felt terrible.
Little bit of both of you to blame on that one.
I
You
mean,
are terrible with dates and stuff, and as your father, he should know that.
I know, but I'm going right. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's
Like when you gave him the date, he should have double checked immediately.
Well,
Right.
Mike says it's the 29th, so it could be the 21st to the 5th.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, I'll take the heat on that one. Yeah, for sure.
A little bit of both.
I wonder what Hannity does, just like a Q&A or what?
No, I think he did because the
Song
other guy's
dance.
Yeah,
the other guy's a comedian,
right.
so I think he comes
Who's
out
the
there and
other
he
guy?
tells stories. Jimmy Fallon, he's on the show all the time. He's on the Gutfeld show. I think he comes out and he probably tells stories and he tells jokes and he's basically they're just riding this wave of fame right now because people just want to see them and meet them and you know that's what they get. So, Carmen, what do we have to give away to our people?
We have a bunch of stuff. So we have tickets for.
I think I looked. We have all good stuff. Mostly good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have tickets for The Offspring.
That's great.
Nice.
And I think I'm going to go to that.
That's at the amphitheater? Or
Yeah,
what?
it is. It's the one weekend when we have nothing going on because this weekend we have Beach Club. Then the next weekend's Offspring. Then the next weekend is the Beach Fest, Beach Bash.
Well, Offspring is
The 12th.
Yes, July 12th.
With-
You're
Don't
with
let Mike give you the dates.
Is
Yeah.
Sean Hannity going to be there?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he is
What a
right. July
bunch of
12th.
jerks.
Well, I mean, you literally just said that you did it and all this stuff.
Fine.
So it's The Offspring with Jimmy Eat World and Newfound Glory.
No, too many.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You don't have to go for all of them.
No, I'm not.
You just show up late, catch the last few songs of Jimmy Eat World. No,
Or just don't go like you're not going to.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. I'll give you that too.
But also, if you are going, if the show starts, like if Offspring starts at 9 or something, you're going to want to leave your house around 1. To get there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be the true test of
I
Tom
know.
to see how easily he can get you in there.
Tom's on the list right now.
Your bad list?
Tom's not bad. Tom's in the questionable list.
Hey, boss, I took your basketball hoop.
Tom's on the Tom list.
Tom's on the every month. My wife's like, "Why is the gold card $2,000?" I'm like, "I don't know. What is this?"
Oh, by the way, I don't know whether I thanked you or not for my new rug that I have for the drum set.
Are you serious?
I don't know. I didn't buy it. I have a drum rug that I have, and he said, "I got you a new one, this and that, whatever." And I go, "What do you mean?" And then we started playing, and I was like, "I don't know what's
I
going
have to find out.
Yeah.
I have to find out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Trust me, dude. I got a new drum bag. I got a new drum rug.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, all kind of stuff. He washed my cymbals.
Washed? Like,
Yeah.
Tom, you're live on the air.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Did you buy Galvin a new rug for his drums?
I did because I out of my own money.
Why?
Oh.
No, because the one kept on messing up. But however, when we did that live one for the comedy show,
Yeah.
I left the old rug there, so it was my fault and responsibility. So I bought it for the drum set.
All right. He Galvin said thank you.
Yeah, no, that was on me.
He said thank you for washing his cymbals.
No.
Yes.
No.
Thank you, Tom. Bye. See you.
Cymbals are very expensive.
Keep them clean, Tom.
They're very expensive, and you have to properly care for them. Tom does not know how to properly
True
care
or
for them.
false? At one point, you used to wear gloves.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of drummers do.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. It's ridiculous.
Grease from your fingers
Yes.
and stuff get
Can
on there,
ruin 'em.
and it makes them all messed
Tarnishes.
up and stuff.
Yeah.
Tarnishes them. Now.
It
Yeah.
changes the sound.
how did he wash? Like, what did he do to
I think
wash
you use
them?
like Windex
Dawn?
or something.
Like-
yeah. No, seriously. Like
Can you-
he.
Put him in the dishwasher?
No.
Or?
Oh,
He, like-
wouldn't that be funny?
Oh,
No, but he sprayed them down with like Windex or something. I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
Have a
If
nice
you,
and shiny
even,
boss.
if you even knew how expensive those cymbals are.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah, and how you're supposed to care for
Yeah,
them.
but no, they look shiny.
Yeah.
They look good.
And they don't look shiny. They look worse.
Oh,
Little
man.
Windex I saw on there.
Well, look out for the rug if you go see Pipple Tyler this
Yeah.
weekend.
Right.
Check it out.
All right, new rug, new shiny cymbals.
Yep.
Look for your own reflection in Galvin cymbals. All right, Carmen, we got Offspring. What else?
Suicide Boys.
Okay.
Monster Jam.
Yeah.
A Day to Remember in Yellow Card,
Mm.
and Adam Sandler.
Oh. What's that, Adam? Oh. All right. Well, let's give that stuff away right now with a little bit of sporkle. Here we go.
Oh, that was a nice, easy sparkle.
Uh-huh.
That was that. What did they sparkle?
Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Gio, where are we at on the lead? I believe I have a lead.
It might be 2 in a row. Going for 3.
You are going for 3.
All
in a row.
right.
All right, Gio, activated.
All right, I got it.
Activated.
I got it.
All right, Carmen, what are we playing today?
Disney
All right.
princesses.
Nope. We're going to be playing facts that start with A. Okay?
All right.
I'm going to give you the question. You're going to give me the fact that starts with A.
All right.
Pretty simple. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Your first one. Which month starts with a
August.
holiday dedicated to tricking people?
Oh, idiot.
Which month starts with a holiday dedicated to tricking people?
April Fools.
April.
I mean, there's only
Well, 'cause you
we've
all
only
yelled-
held August.
I know, and I was like, oh, it's only August. Stupid.
All right.
Our next one. What is the southernmost
Alabama.
and least populated continent?
Africa.
Australia.
Antarctica.
Antarctica. No point. Which fruit a day keeps the
Apple.
doctor away? Mike? What is the home of the Azir gods in North?
Aztecs.
Asgard.
Yes. Oh, that was
What?
hard to get out.
Norse.
Point Mike.
Point, Michael. Correct.
Which, by the way, remind me, we have a. All right, we'll talk about it afterwards.
Who was the professional baseball player that
Aaron.
broke? Mike? What company was founded in 1994 in Seattle, originally as an online bookstore?
Amazon.
Geo? Species of this type of mammal
Amphibian.
includes black bucks and Thompson's gazelles.
Antelope.
Mike? This fictional family includes Gomez,
Adam.
Morticia, Geo. In the DreamWorks film How to Train Your Dragon, which character is voiced by America Ferrara?
Amy.
April.
Alyssa.
No, I was looking for Astrid. How to Train Your Dragon.
Looking.
Next, what is the name of the animation that originated in Japan?
Anime.
Mike? Which branch of mathematics uses
Arithmetic.
letters?
Algebra.
Algebra. Pap.
That was Galvin.
No.
That was Gio.
Come on.
It was Gio.
That was Gio.
I mean, if it-
Listen. If it's close, I'll let it slide. That was clear.
Yeah, come on, man. Thank you, Galvin.
Yep.
And Pap, we are halfway there.
Galvin is not on the board. He has
Oh,
0
well,
points.
don't be mean about it because I corrected you.
Gio has 3 points, and Michael is your leader by 2. He's winning with 5.
Oh, come on, man. All right, got to turn it around. Second half of the race. Here we go.
All right, facts that start with A. Your next one. Which Hawaiian word is commonly
Aloha.
used? Galvin.
Oh.
Yeah, 100.
ChatGPT and
Algorithm.
DAL-E are generative types
AI.
of what?
Artificial intelligence.
AI. Mike Calta. Which empire ruled parts of Mesoamerica from 1428 to 1521? Geo. What is a voluntary expression of regret
Aha.
or remorse for one's actions?
Arg.
What is a voluntary expression
You're a
of
pirate?
regret or remorse for one's actions?
I don't know.
Apology.
Oh,
Oh.
that makes a lot more
None of
sense.
us have ever said that before.
I know. What are theatrical performances often broken up into?
Acts.
Mike? What is an item perceived as having value because of its aesthetics?
Artifact.
Oh, sorry. Aesthetics or historical significance? What is an item perceived as having value because of its aesthetics or historical significance?
Antique.
Yes.
Once you say one word, I can't get the other word out of my head.
Mike? What is a natural light displayed
Artificial.
created by solar wind disturbing the Earth's magnetosphere?
Astral projection.
Can you read it again?
Oh, geez.
Why? What is the natural light display created by solar wind disturbing the Earth's magnetosphere?
I don't know.
Going on.
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora is what I was looking for. No point. What country shares Tierra del Fuego and Chile?
Antigua.
Argentina.
Oh, yeah.
Argentina. Geo. What is a type of exercise that requires
Aerobics.
oxygen? Geo.
Uh-oh.
What is the name for the 12 followers of Jesus?
Apostles.
Mike. What is a word that describes or defines a noun?
Adverb. Nope, that's stupid.
What is a word that
Adjective.
Galvin?
Oh, describes a noun. Duh.
Xbox awards given outside of the game's parameters are known as what?
Add-ons.
Accolade.
I don't know.
Achievement. And Pap,
Oof.
we are on the last three.
Galvin, 2 points on the board. Gio with 6, and Michael is your leader by 3. He's winning with 9.
Oh, that's a pleasant surprise.
All right, facts that start with A, last three. Here we go. What was the first name of U.S. founding father Hamilton and
Alexander.
Bell? Mike?
Boom.
Which Swedish pop group is known
ABBA.
for Galvin? And your last one. What is the title of a person who presents a news program?
Announcer.
Anchor.
Anchor. Mike Calta.
Your final score. Gio with 3 points on the board. I'm sorry,
Three?
Galvin with 3 points on the board.
What the hell, man?
Gio with 6 points on the board, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 11.
Well, thank you.
Solid win.
Carmen,
Yes.
you got a lot going on in that room.
Yeah.
I understand. I especially today, while you were answering, you were asking the question, somebody would answer, you have to buzz while you're still reading the question.
Right.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to point that out.
Okay. What?
Because on Friday, you screwed up.
Oh.
On Friday, you gave points to Galvin for something he shouldn't have gotten.
Oh, yeah. Somebody told me this. Too.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was double N's, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And you said canal,
Mhm.
and it was channel.
Ah.
You were wrong.
Yeah. Canal doesn't have a double
Does
N.
not.
Mm.
Does not.
Right.
Conspiring against me, but that's fine because I got 3 in a row, and therefore I am going to make up the rule. And Galvin, you're my inspiration for the rule today.
All right. We have to.
I
keep blood?
enjoy your Adam Sandler voice so much. I would like you and Gio to speak in Adam Sandler voices about how well I did today on the Sporkle.
I don't know. Oh, my cat did a very good job.
He did good job.
At the
Mike, you're really good. I like it. Boy, the effort on that was fantastic. Now let me give away these tickets to somebody. Let's go over here. Good morning. Who is this?
Mike.
How you doing, Mike? Or is you calling me, or is your
Good.
name really Mike?
No, my name's Mike. Thanks, guys. You're awesome.
All right, pal. Thank you. I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize. Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, he can't have everything. Keep the change, you filthy animal. And one old dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know one of those. All right, Galvin Ash News. We'll take a quick break, and we'll do it next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. These are fantastic.
I said yes.
Yeah, great.
All right.
We get get some new Pitbull Tyler songs. I know you guys tried some stuff last time.
Yeah, question. Are we doing that song Friday?
I think that's up to Pete.
Is it Pete? Because I can't tell who couldn't play it. I knew Pete couldn't get that one part, but then Josh didn't know the words.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, so I don't know.
No, but Pete,
two of them.
because Pete started laughing because the song. Well, I mean, I don't know whether we want to tell it. It doesn't matter. Whatever. The song's called "I Need Some Help," right?
Yeah.
And
Post
Pete,
Malone.
yeah. And about 30 seconds in, of Pete goes, "I need some help," which I thought was very funny. We're having fun. Yeah.
Hashtag Pete face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it wasn't so bad because we're at Whiskey Willie's and we're having a good time, but we can't do that again. We can't fall apart in the middle of each club. Yeah.
Will there be rehearsal this week, Michael?
I don't think so, Joe.
Okay.
I think we had a rehearsal. It was called Whiskey Willie's.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have a minute in the week this week. Between I am full time. I don't know how it is with you, but I am full time cab service.
My kids are driving now.
Oh
Yeah, my daughter's driving herself to soccer, and it's great.
yeah, see, I gotta go. I got volleyball trips. I got dentist appointment. I got all kinds of things I got to take care of today.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
I can't stop my nose from running.
Oh yeah. Allergies, or what do you think
I
it is?
guess it's one nostril.
It's both you guys over there.
Yeah.
Joe keeps
Yeah.
sneezing, and
Yeah.
It's got to be allergies.
Well,
Yeah.
Joe, whenever I came in, coughed, and you could hear the rumble in his chest. And I was like, "Well, thanks for coming into work."
yeah,
Well, I don't think it's contagious.
nah, it's
Well,
just-
as long as you don't think it is, that'll be
nah,
fine.
he's sucking on that vape all day. That's what it
Oh,
is.
is that what it is?
Got popcorn lungs.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, see you guys later.
What is in the vape?
Nothing. Just
Well,
nicotine.
that can't be right.
Nothing.
That can't be.
Yeah,
right.
nothing.
nothing other than nicotine.
So it's nicotine. That's
Yeah.
what I was. That's the.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah. No weed.
no, maybe you should put some weight in there.
All right.
Yeah.
So now cigarettes are bad because of the carcinogens that are in there and stuff, and it has nicotine, but it has other stuff, and you're inhaling the smoke. And
Right.
then with the vape,
Yeah.
it's vapor,
Right.
but it has nicotine in there. Nicotine not actually bad for you.
No, actually, it's not. But it's
What?
everything else.
Nicotine's not bad for you. The delivery system is what's bad. The cigarettes,
Really?
yeah. Nicotine is a stimulant and it helps with focus and does different stuff.
Wow.
But you listen, I'm not a doctor.
You're not a doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't let the lab coat fool you.
Okay.
But it's obviously worse when it's with a cigarette. But we don't know about the vape stuff.
The long-term effects
Right.
of it.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I'll take my chances.
I mean, I googled nicotine right away, and it says no, it's not good for you.
That's
That's what I've been hearing
Yeah.
for the last 50 years.
It says yes, nicotine is very harmful to your health. It's highly addictive substance with known negative health effects. While nicotine itself may not directly cause cancer, it's still considered a dangerous chemical due to its effects on the body.
I'm
You
gonna go
said
with
no
that.
serious health effects.
No.
You
It's
said like no bad.
Cardiovascular effects seems to be the big one. Respiratory effects, negative impacts on developing fetuses.
Oh.
While widely known for its addictive properties and significant health risks associated with smoking, nicotine is also being investigated for potential therapeutic benefits in certain conditions.
All right.
So I'm getting a different story than you.
You're not pregnant, are you, Joe?
I am not.
All right, then. The way I see it.
Nicotine is a stimulant, a system in the brain, important for thinking and memory.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
so I
clearly
think-
that's not working with Joe.
Yeah, if Joe was smoking cigarettes, the amount of times he's sucking on that vape,
Right.
He'd be going
dead.
through
4 years.
how many
ago.
packs a day you think?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
it's got to
mean,
be a lot.
When I smoked, I never smoked more than a full pack in one day.
Yeah.
Ever.
Is a cigarette more nicotine than puffing the vape?
No, I think there's just a lot of other junk involved. Tar,
Right.
and, all the other bad stuff.
Pesticides.
Pesticide, chocolate, fiberglass.
Sounds
By the way,
delicious.
Chocolate Fiberglass is a great band name.
Great
yeah.
band. Yeah.
That'd be a good funk band.
Ladies and gentlemen, chocolate fiberglass. Oh. All right. What do we got in news?
Today's top story: a measure dubbed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act
Oh.
is President Donald Trump's attempt to engineer lasting change through legislation in an administration that is also wielding huge and questionable executive power. Senators will begin a marathon series of votes on amendments this morning after working through the weekend. Republicans unveiled several compromises to shore up the narrow party line majority, preserving a tight timeline that could see the measure sent back to the House and onto the president's desk by the holiday.
My favorite is the behind the scenes. So what are we calling this? It's a big beautiful bill. Is that where we're going with? Big beautiful bill? And then they just keep calling it the big beautiful bill.
Yeah.
It just makes me, every time somebody says it good or bad, it makes me laugh out loud. The big beautiful bill.
One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Yeah. A man who allegedly shot at firefighters who were responding to a wildfire in Idaho has been found dead. At around 3:16 p.m. local time on Sunday, June 29th, authorities tracked a cell phone to a spot on Canfield Mountain, located about 30 miles from Spokane, Washington, where they found the man dead. The discovery came after around 300 law enforcement officers rushed to assist firefighters who were under threat from the gunman. Around 1:30 p.m., the firefighters received a report of a brush fire on Canfield Mountain. After responding to the call, they allegedly became the targets of a shooter around 2 p.m. Two firefighters were fatally shot, while a third victim was rushed to the hospital after being injured.
So he set the fire to get the firemen out there, and then while
Shot
they were
at
out
the-
there, was using them for
ambushing.
target practice.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But
Really
that's got to
crazy.
be somebody that's, if you're not just specifically crazy, that's got to be somebody who
Some sort of vendetta.
is a vendetta, right?
Something
You're mad
happened.
at the fire department.
Yeah, either fire department didn't respond to something, or maybe a firefighter's banging his wife, or
Whoa.
who knows what.
I always wondered that. I would never take that on all firefighters. I would just be mad at the one that was banging my wife.
Yeah, but you're thinking clearly and
Yeah.
lucid, and not a lunatic that's going to actually shoot at firefighters.
Yeah, that's true. Unless they were all banging my wife.
How do you make a fire worse? Shoot at people that are trying to stop the fire.
Right.
Crazy.
Those poor guys, their job is to run into the fire, and now they're getting shot at while
Yeah.
they're there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
How about this? Costco members. Are you a Costco
I
member?
am a Costco member.
Geo, Costco member?
I'm Sam's Club.
Carmen?
Boo.
I'm not, but Chad and his mom are.
Okay.
So I go with them.
Joe, Costco member, or you just go to a farm?
No, I just go to the farm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Costco has new hours starting today. People with executive memberships can shop at 9 a.m.
Ooh.
Everyone else has to wait until 10
Oh.
or 9:30 on Saturdays.
I have the executive membership.
Yeah, so you get an hour early normally, and then on Saturdays, half hour early.
I don't think I've ever been there early. I think maybe during the pandemic was the only time I tried to get in there early before everybody else, but no, I'm not going there early.
Get all the good stuff.
I haven't been to Costco in so long. Costco is great for me for lettuce for Ralphie
Mhm.
because they sell those big 5-packs, and I need a lot of those every week. But other than that, we're not buying anything. We're not really bulking things that much.
What is the main food for Ralphie? Is it just lettuce?
Just lettuce, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, every once in a while I'll go to. Ralphie's my tortoise, by the way. He can't process sugar, so I can't give him too much fruit because they can't process and it causes those bumps in their backs. So if you see a tortoise that's got really big bad bumps, that also hurts their back. So you
yeah,
can't
because
do
that has a lot of nerve endings in there and stuff. Because if you scratch the shell, they enjoy
like
that.
it. Yeah. So I'll give Ralphie some fruit every once in a while as like a treat, and other vegetables, cucumbers and stuff, but mostly green leafy.
Do
stuff.
they have like a tortoise chow?
They do, but he doesn't seem to like it. They
Yeah.
have it's like these little nuggets, and they're compressed. I don't really know what's in there.
Yeah,
Some
so you want to
vitamins
go
and stuff,
natural stuff,
but he
probably better.
won't. He won't eat them. So, but he'll eat. The thing is that he never gets full. So if I put out there 20 heads of lettuce a day, he'll eat all 20. He'll get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Because what are they eating in the wild? Because tortoises aren't in the water, but they're eating a lot of leafy greens.
Leafy greens, because he's a desert tortoise.
Yeah.
So he's used to eating plants. So that's the only thing he really can get out there. Yeah, isn't that weird? And they and the water that he gets is, I leave water out there for him, but the water that he gets is from the lettuce.
And then like treats are what, like peppers and stuff?
Yeah,
He
well,
likes-
peppers he can have, but like any vegetable that has sugar in it, like an an apple or strawberries or something like that. But love strawberries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but too much of that can have a negative effect.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So listen to this. Ozempic is so expensive. So a lot of people are trying to get Ozempic and they can't get it if they don't have, whatever. People are ordering the active ingredients of Ozempic from China and mixing it up themselves to make
Don't do
their
that.
own weight loss drugs. Carmen, you say don't do that?
Don't do that.
Experts and Carmen say do not do that.
Do you know
that is not safe?
That's how they made Bad Superman. They were mixing their own thing to make kryptonite.
And they put tobacco in it.
And they put tobacco in it because they couldn't figure out what that last thing to mix it was, a binder. So they used tobacco because Richard Pryor saw it on a pack of cigarettes, and then it ended up making bad kryptonite, not killer kryptonite. So you don't want that. You don't want bad kryptonite.
And that made a bad Superman?
It made Superman bad.
Oh, it turned Superman bad.
Yeah, instead
Is that when he was licking the peanuts at the liquor bottles?
Yes.
Okay, and had a beard?
Had a beard.
Yeah.
And it was banging chicks.
Oh, yeah.
The new Superman movie comes out July 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And I am convinced it's going to be absolute garbage. Here is the thing. I just found out the Justice League building is in it. There's
why are you giving me spoilers away?
no, it's not a spoiler.
Hey, everybody who wants to go see it. Let me tell you what's going to happen.
All the guys, all the Justice League members are in the movie. I mean, you've seen the commercial. Hawk Lady's in it, and
I did see that.
Ultraman and Green Lantern and all these people.
I didn't know the Justice League building was in it.
Well, now you know.
Spoiler. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean you got to ruin it for everybody
The
else.
stupid
here's the
dog
thing.
is in it.
Here's the thing, though, is it's James Gunn, who you have been wrong about before.
Oh yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought was going to suck, and I love that movie.
Yeah. So you never know.
My thing is do I think this movie is going to suck? No, I think the movie is rightfully so aimed at little kids. I think that this movie is for little kids, and that's why it's gonna I can't see any Batman showing up. What Batman besides Michael Keaton's old Batman would show up? Even that, it was too dark for this movie. What Batman would show up in this movie?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know that Batman is showing up in this
No,
one.
he's not. But I'm saying the Batman was the second in command in the Justice League.
Yeah,
So what Batman shows up in this foo-foo kid Superman?
I mean, all the nerds are saying that this is pretty accurate, pretty dead on accurate to the Superman comics.
Well, maybe, but that also the Superman comics of the 50s.
Yeah,
yeah. So that's not the world we live in.
Speaking of Batman, I just love the. Have you seen the meme or the video, whatever it says? Whenever you sleep wrong and hurt your neck, and it has Michael Keaton's Batman, and he's just turning like that, and not moving his head at all.
Michael Keaton Batman cannot fit in this movie.
Right.
Ben Affleck cannot fit in this movie.
Okay.
Christian Bale, no way.
Christian Bale, no way.
Robert Pattinson, no.
This is the Adam West.
Maybe, yeah.
That's it. Oh,
but I mean, the Adam West Batman wasn't really in the comic books that I remember.
He was in the Superman Justice League comic books with Superman and Batman and Robin.
If you have a softer, more cartoony Batman who plays Batman, who would be a good actor out right now, that would be a good, not tough bad guy Batman, but more of the
Adam West
kind of funny, pow, pang,
I mean, there's so many people you could choose.
Timothy Chalamet.
MacGruber would be good. What's his name?
Will Forte?
Will Forte, yeah, because he's who does that?
Who would be? I think it would be great. Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk would be really good.
Who the problem is where they always stumble is the Robin. Who plays Robin? I mean, it depends on who plays Batman.
You thought that the whole Christian Bale Batman Robin was going to be Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
That was set up. I mean, it literally was set up because they had his name. Yeah. You should go by your first name, Robin. I like that, know.
No, I don't know. What.
Speaking of Bob Odenkirk, that Mr. Nobody that he has a new one. I don't know whether it already came out or not, whatever, but it was the first one was decent, whatever. But did you see a complete ripoff that they're doing? Who would be another person that could be like an unassuming guy that you find out was like a tough guy hitman, this, that, whatever? Kevin James.
Oh, brother.
Kevin James and Christina Ricci, and he's like he's got kids and her and this and that, and he's trying to get out of that business. And I love Kevin. I love Kevin James,
right?
But he's got to pick the right vehicles. That's just because he played the coach, what's his name? Didn't he play
Oh yeah, Sean Payton from the
Sean
Saints.
Payton? And I thought it was going to be like a comedy, but it was like totally serious.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I saw the trailer for it.
I saw it. It wasn't that bad actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I
Yeah,
mean,
it
he
wasn't
was
that
even
bad.
doing the face though. He was doing like the
yeah.
Sean Payton face on it.
Yeah.
And then there was a another one where he was like a crazy killer that escaped and stuff. And I'm like, come on, Kevin James isn't.
Kevin James is a mall cop.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's perfect.
Stop. Paul Blart Mall Cop was hilarious.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And perfect for him.
Right.
Like you could see him being a mall cop. Yeah, I don't know. Just I don't know who his agent is, but they need to pick some better vehicles
He's
for
like,
him.
hey, I lost a lot of weight now.
Right.
And I would like to do more serious roles.
Which is so funny too, because we met Kevin James at the Super Bowl, and Kevin James is like about 5'6".
Yeah, he's
It's
tiny.
wild. A new study looked at millions of TripAdvisor reviews and found that the worst restaurant chain in America is what? This includes all fast food or like the corporate places, all the different whatever. So worst restaurant chain in America is what? What would you say?
I'm really trying to think about this, not just guessing chains. Let me
Okay.
think.
Denny's.
Denny's?
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh, who doesn't love a little scram slam?
When was the last time you went to Denny's?
I don't see a lot of Denny's anymore.
I will tell you, Denny's right there on Dale Mabry. I've gone there and usually pretty good. Whatever they changed, whatever ranch they used. They used to have the
no,
best.
they did have the best ranch.
They had the best
They had
ranch.
the best ranch.
They changed it, and I go, what?
New ranch.
Come on. I actually said that to him. I went, what?
Waffle House.
Waffle House. Oh, fantastic.
I know, but Waffle House,
Yeah.
has got a lot of problems.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
good.
No, not Waffle House, not Denny's.
Checkers.
Checkers, no.
Checkers, I'm telling you, Checkers is a good marketing revamp from being awesome again.
Yeah.
Checkers
Yeah.
is great.
Checkers has good stuff.
Checkers had a really good run, like
Yeah.
mid to late 90s. It was like everybody went to Checkers.
But now they're always in bad neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they're always ran
Run down.
down and yeah.
By the way, this is not it, but what's going on with Boston Market? They're like all shut
No, they're
down.
done.
They're
Oh,
done.
yeah,
they're
they've been
shutting
for a
down.
while, yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad. Remember that was good boxing
That
food.
was great. Yeah.
Wendy's?
Not Wendy's. No, a lot of Wendy's seem to be shutting down as well.
Right.
A new study looked at millions of TripAdvisor reviews and found that the worst restaurant chain in America is, and I agree,
Red Lobster.
KFC.
Oh yeah.
KFC, great food, bad service.
Terrible service.
But great food, though.
Terrible service. Attitude when you don't round up and give them money.
Yeah.
The average KFC location has a rating of 2.89 out of 5. McDonald's is next, followed by Burger King. But that's just because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. You know what I
a
mean?
lot of bad eggs in there.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to happen, whatever. I got to tell you, the KFC. So I went to KFC, got food, and, they always want to round up. All the different places will you round up for education? Will you round up for this?
Which,
round
by
up
the
for
way,
that?
I figured out the proper answer to that. But go ahead. I'll tell you when you're done.
And I said no. And then there was a pause. And the lady goes, come on, man, it's 72 cents.
Oh.
And I go, yes, still no.
Yeah.
I don't don't give me attitude.
Why don't she take 72 cents out of her paycheck?
Right. And it's not even it's a tax break for the corporate. Like,
Right.
get out of here, you weirdo. So that pissed me off, but now they're shut down. That one that I went to,
All right.
closed.
Yeah, they took your
That's why.
72 cents.
Closed, painted the building all white. And I'm like, that looks like a goddamn White Castle. I don't know. I don't
Usually they
know.
paint the building all white. The next thing they paint pot leaves on it.
Yeah.
It opens up as a dispensary.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably, but just give me a little bit of hope that it's a White
Yeah,
Castle.
yeah.
Although I don't want it to be a White Castle.
So close.
Yeah.
I went to Taco Bell and it was
What'd you
$5.97.
get?
Nothing.
Ah!
It was $5.97, and they said, "Would you like to round up?" And I went, "Sure," to keep the 3 cents. And then the next time it was like $5.02, and they go, "Would you like to round up?" And I went, "No," just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And they went, "Okay." Okay. I don't know. I was just playing around.
I just hit them with the no thanks. Like
Yeah.
it's something that they're offering me. Do you want to round up? And I go, no thanks.
Mm.
I always say, not today, as if other days in the
Yeah,
past
but
I
it's not.
have,
Yeah.
I may in the future when I never have.
You should think about it. You want to round up? Round up.
Get back
Let
to
me
me.
see. 298. Not today.
Yeah.
Not today.
Carmen,
Yes.
I went to the Hard Rock yesterday, and while I was at the light waiting to turn in, there were some high school kids trying to collect some money for their football team.
Oh, really?
And I said, sorry, I'm Chambo.
Yeah. Thank
Sorry.
you.
All my money goes to
All my money
Chambo.
goes to Chambo.
Thank you.
That
thank
I would
you.
round up for.
Chambo?
Yeah.
Yep. See, there you go.
Rounding up for Chambo.
Maybe you can get somebody to take your roundup money.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. We need to figure out like how to set up a website or something for that.
Yeah.
Because but we are moving along with the comedy show, which I'm excited about.
Oh, what is Everett going to be on it?
No.
Oh,
Johnny
yeah,
B.
I'm out.
Listen, Johnny B. is helping putting it together and getting the comedians, and I don't think he would put him on it. So we're good there. But it is going to be, as of now, July 31st.
Oh, it's got a date now?
Yeah.
Where at?
It's going to be at the high school in the auditorium.
Oh, boy.
So we can, fill it up. But it's also going to be clean, so you can bring kids to it.
I was going to say, that's going to be hard to do in the high school. Yeah, you got to make sure that they're completely clean.
It is going to be clean.
They should roast Chad.
Listen, we got things coming. We got things we're working on. And actually, one of the salespeople here heard me talking about it and said that she would like to help with it.
Yeah, she wants to try and make money off of it.
Yeah.
Well, which salesperson? I'll tell you.
Hold on one second.
You don't know her name.
What's her nickname?
You don't know her name.
I do.
What do we call her?
I'd like to help
Lisa.
get a piece of that.
Lisa.
Yeah, I don't think you guys would know her by name, but I also don't know what you call her. And I don't want to say it.
What do you mean by that? I don't know.
Because she's being very nice, and she just, she's helping Johnny B with something else, and she was like, "Oh, well, I would love to help you for the charity."
Well, that
and,
was nice of
Lisa.
Raise
money.
Are you implying that we have nicknames for almost everybody?
Yes.
I mean, clearly
You
we don't know.
implied it.
We don't know who Lisa is.
Yeah.
If you would have said Hornhead, we would have been like, "Oh, Lisa." I'm making that up. By the way.
That was nice of Lisa, aka Sandals. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know your nickname for her, and I don't want to say it even if I did.
Man.
I don't know it either.
But no, she's being super nice, and she just reached out and said, "Hey, if you want, I'm helping Johnny B, so maybe I could help with this."
Well, that's
Can we
fair
go
enough,
through
maybe.
some of the nicknames without actually saying the people that we had? Soft shoulders, pants, George Washington,
No shoes.
guy,
No shoes.
guy that looks English.
Yeah, that's right.
Cigarette.
Cigarette.
Yeah.
Do we have a Marmaduke?
yeah, Marmaduke.
We have a Marmaduke. Oh, the best is like when we don't know, and I'll be like, "Who?"
The
And
pirate.
they'll go Marmaduke, and I go, "Oh, okay." Yeah.
Remember the pirate?
Yeah, the pirate. The pirate. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
We do have a lot of nicknames for people.
Yeah. If you're wondering if you're one of those nicknames, yes,
Yeah.
probably.
No.
Yeah. If you have to wonder, then you know it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
R.
That's my favorite is whenever somebody says so and so, and you go who, and then somebody else will go the pirate, and you go,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
The best is this started a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
When somebody said something, I go, I don't know who that is. And Galvin said, the guy who looks like he should be English. And I go, oh, yeah, I know exactly who that is.
Yeah.
I know
By the
exactly
way,
who
super
that is.
nice guy. No idea what his name is. Looks like he'd be English
Yeah.
for some reason. And I go, that guy's not English. Like he started talking. I go, I always thought he was English for some reason.
Yeah. That's that guy.
Does he still work here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Still here.
Oh, that's the other thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, because we're not there. I don't know who still works here and who doesn't.
Does Sally still work here?
Open house
yeah.
alley?
Open
Yeah.
house
Yeah.
alley. Yeah.
Is there others?
Yeah.
By the way, so we had a meeting at the station, and I was there early, and like nobody was around, and I'm walking around trying to find somebody to talk to, and like there was another meeting, so I didn't want to go bother them, so I'm just walking around, and I saw Sally, and I know Sally, so I go to walk. I walk up. He's got his back to me and stuff, and he's in the office of a girl that I've met maybe once or twice. And I walk in and they're in the middle of a conversation and she looks up at me like confused. And I go up behind Scotty and just get like real close to him. And he turns around. It's not Scotty.
No!
it was some dude I don't know.
So you didn't know either of the people.
Yeah. And I just started laughing and I'm so sorry. I thought this was Scotty. And then they started laughing. Because otherwise
man.
there's just some big dumb guy coming up and making a face.
Oh, I wonder if we lined up everybody in the building, how many we could actually name the real names, or even know that they even work there.
I'm going to go 10%.
Yeah,
I think maybe 10%.
I don't know. I think I could identify if they work there.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Last time I was there, I saw a dozen people that I'd never seen in my entire life.
By the way, I want to point out that this is not a we're more important than they are. We don't see them.
Yeah, we're
not
never
there.
in the
This
and there's a lot of people that come and go,
Yeah.
and
Right.
things happen and stuff. I told you whenever we were going for the cruise and we met up at the parking lot at the station for the limo bus thing, whatever. And I pull up and the lady says, "Oh, coming in hot or something this that." And I go, "Oh yeah." And then I got out of the car and she goes, "Oh, nice socks." And I go, "Hey, who are you?" And I threw an F in there.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, that's so." And I go, "All right, well, easy, lady. I don't know who
What,
you
was
are."
she complimenting your socks, and you got mad at her?
I mean, she gave me, "Oh, nice socks." Like,
Bit of a ball buster we got here, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's her nickname?
Her nickname is
Ballbuster.
lady that doesn't need to talk to me like that.
Wait.
I gotta shorten it up. I gotta tighten it up, make it a little bit better. Hey, nothing says summer like beating up the ice cream truck guy. A guy in Texas beat up an ice cream truck driver after he saw some kids hand him their phones and thought that he was like a perv and was doing something, whatever. Turns out they were just using Apple Pay.
Oh,
People are idiots.
Beat up the ice cream truck driver.
stupid.
Take it easy, man. Maybe ask a question. Hey, what's
I mean,
going on?
Stupid, but I always did the same thing.
Oh, come on.
I
What are you doing?
reported a suspicious looking truck taking pictures of kids leaving the high school to security.
Oh, that's right.
And it turned out it was the cop running radar. The cop, he's running radar. I was like, oh, okay, just checking.
Mhm.
Don't see something, say something.
Just making sure.
Mhm.
I'm amazed at people that get involved in other people's business.
Well, I mean, I have a kid that goes to that school, and there was a guy slouching down behind the window of his car taking pictures of kids as they leave school. It looked kind of weird.
That's fine.
Yeah. And
I'm
I
ta-
didn't go over there. I just told security.
I'm talking about Amazon driver, but also I got to be honest with you on both sides though. Amazon driver, what are you doing in this neighborhood? Blah blah blah. Then you see these people that buy the fake Amazon vest and go
Right.
in, and they're
Yeah.
just trying to be
Sure.
porch pirates themselves and stuff. So you never know. But I'm just, I'm always amazed.
Could we buy enough stuff to impersonate an Amazon driver from Amazon?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not doing that. Although I got to tell you, it must be so much fun to be a porch pirate. You get home with a bunch of boxes that aren't yours.
Oh,
Like, all
yeah,
right,
you
let's
don't
see what
know
we
what's
got.
in it.
Let's see
Yeah.
what we got.
One
Yeah.
of these kids that does like the pranks online went into Target with 4 of his buddies, and they all wore red shirts, and they were
Oh, I
arguing.
saw it. It's great.
They were arguing with the employees that they worked there.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
they were
no,
like,
it's,
yeah.
Dude, there is a guy that records pranks, and he will go up to, he goes, "Hey, you work here?" And they'll be like, "Yeah." And he goes, "My little brother's stuck in the bathroom stall." He goes, "Can you help me out?" Whatever. And they're like, "Yeah, okay." And so they go in, and the girl goes in. I think it was a girl, maybe been a guy. One of those ones you can't really tell, whatever. And they go in this stall, and they're like, "Yeah, I think it's locked, and he can't get out, whatever." And they're like, "Okay." The girl goes down on the ground and starts going underneath the stall, and you hear, "What are you doing?" and he goes, "I don't know that guy." And they're so mad. It's so funny. It's so funny.
The Target guy, they bring him in. They're like, "Yeah, we're from the corporate office."
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the guy's like, "I am the manager." Like, no, we're from the corporate office. I'm the manager now.
Yeah.
And then he brings he's like, "Bring him in," and like 5 other guys come in, and they're like taking over all the posts at Target.
There's also people that will go into like different places, movie theaters or whatever, with a ladder. And
Yeah.
they go, "Let's see if we don't get stopped." And they just walk in with a ladder,
Yeah.
and they have, dressed kind of like, they're
Workers.
doing work
Yeah.
and stuff. But they just walk right there, walk right past them.
All right.
There was one. It was a big music festival, and they came in with like a case of lettuce, and they were like, "The burrito stand, we need more lettuce." This that, and they're like, "Yep." And they go in, and they got in, and then they just start handing out heads of lettuce to people.
Forget the clipboard. Bring in the lettuce.
that's
People
crazy.
don't know. People don't know. They're not going to stop you. They're like, "I don't know. They have a case of lettuce. Why would they go get a case of lettuce?" I have a hot or not for you guys.
All right.
A mother who was found guilty of making sexual contact with a 13-year-old friend of her son has been sentenced to 5 years in prison.
How old is she?
Real estate agent Natalie Sorrells, 44 years old,
Hot.
had multiple instances of inappropriate contact with the child since April of 2023, according to a forensic interview with the 13-year-old. In an interview, the 13-year-old described 2 incidents where Sorrells touched him inappropriately. He also described having sexual contact with her in her car after she picked him up from a football game, and another time at a party at Sorrell's Sorrell's son. According to the affidavit, the child said that during one of the incidents, Sorrell's husband called to ask if she was cheating on him. So this guy knew. He just didn't know the whole story. The child also told police that Sorrells provided him and several friends with alcohol and tobacco on several occasions. Yeah. So, Mike Calta, I ask you,
Hot.
44 years old, having inappropriate stuff with the kid who is 13 on a couple different occasions. The husband knew something was up. He was like, hey, what's going on here? And
you seem satisfied.
Yeah.
The reality is she's probably not hot, but in my mind, this is a hot situation. She's hot.
Okay.
And I'm talking about from my point of view as a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, if you're a 13-year-old boy and you're going, okay, yeah, she's definitely hot.
Yeah. This is what every 13-year-old boy dreams of.
All right. Gio, what do you think? Hot or not? 44-year-old.
Yeah, I feel like most real estate agents, they put their picture on their business card and stuff. So they got to be attractive. So I'm gonna say hot.
You're gonna say hot as well.
They're
All
capable of one good picture.
Yeah, but nobody wants to buy a house from a slug.
Yeah, oh, gross. I don't want to buy anything from you. All right, Carmen, what do you think? Hot or not on this one?
Yeah, 44, real estate agent and messing with kids. I feel like and married, so I feel like she's hot.
Okay, everybody says hot on this one. Pap has it on Bone TV. You guys take a look at your phones.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Man, what are you thinking if you're the husband?
I know, right?
You're a wife. I mean, listen, your wife's leaving you for a guy. That's fine. Your marriage may have been over, but I'm saying your marriage may have been over. It happens, but leaving you for a 13-year-old kid or cheating on you with a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care how ripped this kid is. That's 13.
Man, she's got a lot of forehead, though.
All right, what still, though? I mean, come on.
For
you're
13
years old.
Yeah.
I watched Dateline this weekend. Keith Morrison.
Yeah.
This was a kid. This was a guy who was gay, a young kid, right? And he was good looking, and he was just banging everybody. He gets in trouble one night, and he gets arrested. And they, for like public intoxication or something that nobody did, they take him down to the station, give him a fine, let him go. Okay? The cop goes back to his house to check on him, ends up having sex with him. The cop.
Male cop.
Oh. Then they end up having a sexual relationship.
Oh, man.
For the kid ends up dead. Somebody cut his head off.
Cut his head off?
Slice his throat. All
right.
So there's a bunch of different possibilities of who it could be because he had so many relations with so many people, friends and sexual partners. So the whole show is who killed Jesse, you know? But the whole thing is the cop married with a kid. The cop married with a kid and goes and has sex with this guy after he arrests him.
How old was the cop? About
30s.
30s.
Early 30s.
And the kid was what? Early 20s?
Yeah. And he goes there and he has sex with him and they carry on a sexual relationship. So then there was a rumor going around that there was a cop involved in this situation. So they brought some of the other people involved in to look through a photo album of police officers to see if they could identify one. Oh. So they got this kid and they're like, he's just flipping through the pages. He's not really paying attention. And we're like, it's like you're not even looking at him. He goes, I don't have to. And he go, why? He goes, because I just saw the guy in the hall.
Oh.
What? So they're like, point him out. And they pointed him out. And they were like, next thing you know, like, Detective Miller, we didn't really know him very well, but as far as we knew, he was married and he had a kid. You know, that was the guy. I was still in jail to this day.
Oh, so he wound up, whatever he was to go forward.
Says they didn't do it. Yeah. Says that he didn't do it. There is, evidently was enough for them to convict him, but there's still some doubt as to whether or not it was some of the other guys involved.
What is their theory? Is that the kid was going to go public with their
relationship? The kid was going to go public with it because he didn't know that the guy was married and had a kid. But then one of the guys he was banging also was the son of a rabbi and that guy didn't want him to go public. There were a couple other guys in there that they had arguments with him, and so nobody knew who the right person was. But a little bit more DNA on this guy, and the fact that he was caught up in the big lie. What was weird was at the end, this is some time ago, this guy was married with a young baby while this was going on. Now he's in jail, and they went and caught up with him, and the son is actually old enough to go visit him in jail. So he's like an adult. Yeah, it's awful because now where's your dad? Oh, my gay dad is in jail. You know, it's just like that kid's got it all working against him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good Dateline.
Meanwhile, I hate those shows. And my wife's like, can we watch Dateline? I go, whatever. I don't care. Go. So then we get in bed. Dateline's on. 5 minutes in, she's asleep, and I can't go to sleep till I see the end of the show. So finally, I want to do what I do every night and put on Seinfeld and go to sleep. So the show is over. I watched 50 minutes of Dateline by myself while she slept through the whole thing. Dateline's over. I put Seinfeld on. She turns over and she goes, "Can we shut the TV?" I go, "Oh, really? Now I can't sleep while the TV's on. You can sleep to the soothing sounds of Keith Morrison, but you can't go to Seinfeld? Come on now." So
and did you know your husband was gay?
Wow.
Yeah. Interesting. I got to tell you, don't keep secrets. Because what?
Yeah, I mean, look, if you either don't know you're gay or you've been trying so hard to keep it down.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Don't keep secrets, because then if secrets are going to come out, you're willing to kill someone to stop that secret from coming out.
I have no secret that I'm willing to kill someone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's it's.
I'm trying to think of what my biggest secret would be. I don't have anything that I wouldn't kill anybody for. There might be a couple of you got me.
Yeah,
but I don't think there's any. No.
One of the best I would murder everybody is the Chris Hansen stuff, because they know it's wrong, going over to meet a 13-year-old girl or 13-year-old boy or whatever. The rabbi. Do you remember the rabbi?
Yeah.
The rabbi,
he was done.
Who was like 60-something, going to meet a 12 or 13-year-old boy. Chris Hansen comes out. He knows he's messed up, in trouble. The cameras come out. He reaches for the camera, and he doesn't know what to do. His head's about to explode.
Oof.
Yeah.
You ever get that cold, warm feeling that goes over your body? It's warm and cold at the same time.
Rush of adrenaline.
Yeah.
It's like hot in the inside, but cold on the outside.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine that feels like.
So Chris Hansen it was Dateline, To Catch a Predator, and Chris Hansen was the host of it. And then they stopped doing it because there was a lot of people that were like, well, he's bringing this to our town. It's happening in your town.
Yeah.
He's just, pointing it out and trying to help. The team is trying to help and do stuff, whatever. But then they stopped doing it, and he was like, hey, this was my meal ticket. So now I'm going to do Hansen versus Predator. And he did it online. And then he did this version of it, and he did like 4 different versions of it, and kept on trying to do it. And I think to this day it's still on like YouTube.
I think so, yeah.
I don't like those guys that do it on their own.
Oh, they're never professional.
No, and they're smacking people.
Yeah, they'll punch a guy in the face.
Yeah,
what are you going to do?
Granted, those people deserve to be punched for the most part, but you also don't know, and there's been no due process, and you can't be doing that.
There is one that I watched that actually does it all up and by the book, and has all the chat logs and everything, and gives it to police and lets police take it over.
That's fine.
Colorado Ped Patrol is a guy, and it sounds exactly like the dude from Gas Monkey Garage, Rich Wallings. But the thing that they do is they say, don't lie to me, man. We can either have a conversation or I can call the police. He goes, we have whatever he says, 583 catches. We've only called the cops on 203 of them or something, whatever. Meanwhile, they call the cops every time. Every time they call the cops after the person admits to all the stuff and everything. Yeah, it's wild. That is wild.
Yeah, don't get yourself involved in that stuff, man. You don't, if you think that that's your urge, and you want to do that, make that first phone call to a therapist, not to a kid.
Can I tell you how great Chris Hansen is to keep them talking? Because if he just shuts them down and says, you're lying, get out of here, whatever, is the guy will say, No, I was coming to help the 13-year-old girl because her parents weren't home, and I'm going to let her know this is wrong for her to do.
Right.
Meanwhile, they have the chats of I'm going to pay this much and do this and da 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 da. But anyways, he goes, so you're here to save her, and then they'll be like, yeah. And he goes,
you're a hero.
Yeah, he goes, how many other girls have you saved? And, just the way he does it is like so condescending. But they're like, this is working. He's believing me.
I just text you guys something I saw over the weekend on Twitter, and it's Wander Franco and Chris Hansen on a baseball.
That's funny.
On a baseball card.
Both sides.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's rough. The American Farm Bureau Federation released its annual report on the cost of an average 4th of July cookout. It's actually down just a little bit from last year, but enough to move the needle. The average backyard barbecue for 10 people will cost about $70.92 this year. Down
70. What are you making for $70 for 10
No
people?
way.
That's one hot dog for everybody.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
That's way low.
Just over $7 per person. They say inflation has lower availability for some stuff, has kept the prices high. If you're doing burgers and dogs, it might cost even less. If you're doing ribeyes, obviously more. 12 items they factor in are ground beef, chicken, pork chops, buns, cheese, potato salad. I don't know how you're feeding 10 people.
No way.
For $70.92.
I can't get out of Publix without spending at least $60 every time I go there.
Oh,
minimum.
60?
Minimum.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Everything's very expensive now.
I know. I wish I could spend $60 at Publix.
Yeah.
I'm spending $300 a pop.
No, I'll go and buy like 3 items.
Yeah,
It's like
I was
$60.
gonna say, like,
I'm not like shopping the whole week. I'm
if
going in
I'm
for like one meal.
buying lunch for myself, it's $60. Yeah. I don't know. That's this seems wrong. Is saying that it's $70 for 10 people.
I was going to say like 600 or 700.
I would think if you were doing 10 people, you could get away with like $300.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
Chips and drinks and food.
I
all
would-
different stuff.
That'd be the
I was
minimum.
able to feed 50 people for around like 120. It really depends on like what you're buying.
Yeah, but
and
you're
stuff.
also, Carmen, you're also making one meal, right? Like that's one big meal that you're doing. Yeah, so imagine you're having 10 people. You're not going to just go, here it is, one meal. You're going to go, we have burgers, we have hot dogs.
We got chips and dip. We got
chips and dip,
Right.
some dessert,
But
drinks.
Yeah, but there is a way to cut down on cost, especially like with watermelon. Don't buy the pre-cut watermelon. Cut it yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? There are savers like that, so you could get it down.
Carmen, I'm going to let you know right now, I don't have time to be peeling corn. Come on, I'm
Right.
not shucking corn over here.
Yeah, but like I said, there's like in corn, because you can get canned corn cheap, so it's probably actually cheaper to get the canned corn and just throw it in a crock
And put
pot
it
or
back
something.
on a cob? How do I do that?
Well, no, you can't put it on a cob, but I'm just saying, like, there's ways to save money, or you split the corn in half, so everyone gets half. You don't get a whole corn on the cob.
What I like to do though, is if somebody's having a party, I want to see how much money they're saving. Get out of here. Just don't have the party. Save the money. Do it that way. Yeah, I get it. If you're feeding a bunch of kids, Carmen, you're trying to cut costs and do that, whatever. But if somebody's having a party and they're like, I really cut costs. Oh, I'm busy that day.
That's why I like when we go to my father's house for stuff. Because everybody has a charcuterie board. My father's house will have 4 different kinds of meats on the charcuterie board.
Nice.
The charcuterie board. Yeah. They don't mess around over there.
Ilya Topuria said he was going to knock out Charles Oliveira in the opening round of the vacant lightweight title fight at 317 for UFC, and that is exactly what he did. Topuria, who is 17-0, became the 10th two-weight champion in UFC history Saturday and knocked out Oliveira at 227 of the first round, making him the first undefeated 2-belt champion.
Yeah, good for him. That's great.
Yeah.
That's solid, man.
That was a lot of good fights on that. A fight that I text you guys and go, did we know this was happening?
No.
So is the 15 minutes up now or what?
No, I think the problem is nobody believes it anymore.
Yeah.
I think nobody believes that they're legit anymore.
We're talking about Jake Paul.
I saw a perfect analogy over the weekend on Twitter. Somebody said Jake Paul is what the Savannah Bananas are to baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
It's
Like Jake Paul to boxing is what the Savannah Bananas are to baseball.
Yeah.
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Yes.
wants money.
Yeah.
He's not going to be as popular as his dad. He's not going to be a great fighter. he's going to be able to be young, retire as a boxer because he just got $20 million from Jake Paul to probably throw a fight.
Well, he's 39. He was a former middleweight champion.
Yeah.
You know, he had some fights and he fought some names and stuff. But Jake Paul,
here's the thing. We keep saying, well, if Jake Paul fights a boxer, well, he did. He's fought a couple of boxers now, and he beat them all.
Current boxers.
Yeah, but I mean, are we saying that? And then listen, they're not good boxers, but I mean, Jesus Christ, he beat Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he beat a 60-something-year-old guy.
That's not Mike Tyson.
I know,
But here's the thing: is he fought one current boxer and lost?
Yeah,
Tommy Fury.
Oh yeah.
That's a
a guy that
but
was
he didn't get his ass.
his
kicked. He
age.
just lost, yeah.
Chavez Jr. is 39 years old, former middleweight champion, whatever. But he's 39 to his 28. Chavez, as far as I know, has not boxed for years.
Right.
You know, so he won by unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Paul
It's awful. It's none of it's exciting.
The interesting thing about it, though, was Chavez was doing nothing for the first 6 rounds.
Right.
And then it became a completely different fight. He started landing punches at will.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay,
What did he do the first 6 rounds?
What's going on? Are you supposed to lay back for the first 6 rounds and then you're allowed to fight a little bit? Like, that's the whole thing, is we don't believe it.
No.
We don't believe any of it. And he's fighting former boxers and doing all that stuff. If he would have got his wish, which was very close to happening, of fighting Canelo Alvarez, we would have laughed our asses off.
But we keep saying that, and then nobody's embarrassing him. Like, I want somebody to embarrass him.
Right.
That's the only way that it. And
Get
once he
a current good boxer.
Yeah.
To fight Jake Paul. Listen, Jake Paul, I'm going to tell you right now, is putting in the work. He's doing a lot of stuff. He has gotten better over the years and stuff.
Sure.
I'm not taking anything away from him, but you can't go and stand on somebody's shoulders and say you're tall.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're fighting guys that we don't even know whether they're actually fighting back, all that type of stuff, and they're washed up. Either MMA or basketball guys or boxers.
That's ridiculous. The only thing he should be doing now is fighting boxers, current boxers. It's the only way he's going to be taken seriously. And until then, I can't take it seriously anymore. I'll watch it for the spectacle of it, like we watched the Mike Tyson one. But that's where I draw the line. The rest of it it's all jokes now.
Yeah,
it's not real.
Yeah. So, and we didn't even know that this was happening.
No. This we didn't realize it until Friday night.
Like, I think we talked about it when it was initially set up, the fight set up, and we were like, all right, he's fighting Chavez Jr., you know, and then it just kind of went away.
I did see some highlights last week of Chavez Sr. watching Jake Paul fight and video and laughing at it like it was. And he actually said, "This is a joke. This guy can't fight." But now your son lost to that joke.
Yeah,
that's what you have to be careful what you say.
Yeah, well, you know, it's funny because if Jake Paul gets in there with any of us, he's going to beat us.
Yes,
he's going to beat us. He's younger, he's stronger, he has been training, he's been doing all that stuff. But then, just like he would beat us, an actual boxer would beat him.
Right.
You know, and then you go to the extreme of, well, here's a 50-year-old former champion, or here's a this or that, whatever. Where it's like, there's always that caveat of it's not just a straight up boxer. You fought a straight up boxer, Tommy Fury, who's not a great boxer, but an up and comer and stuff. And Tommy Fury beat him.
We want to see him be embarrassed. We were hoping to God that Mike Tyson could land one good one and knock his face off.
Yeah,
and it didn't happen.
Did not happen. So there you go. Another Jake Paul fight in the bag for him. Probably made a ton of money off of it.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I'm sure they both did.
One of the most beloved figures in Pittsburgh Pirates history, Dave Parker, has died. The MLB franchise confirmed on Saturday. Parker was 74 years old, affectionately known as the Cobra, was named to 7 Major League Baseball All-Star teams. He racked up more than 2,700 hits and hit 339 home runs in his history, in his career. Parker died less than 2 months before he was scheduled to be enshrined in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Now, you know when I hear out all this? 74.
74 years old.
Professional athlete, 74. That gives me 21 years left.
Yeah.
Jesus. Not a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I was not an athlete. I got hurt playing Top Golf this weekend.
Yeah.
No, that's not good.
Pretty rough.
You're going to miss me, Carmen.
I will miss you.
So I've never been a huge baseball guy, but I remember when I was younger, I used to watch the Pirates, because Steelers, Pirates. And I remember watching Dave Parker, and they were pitching him out, because he would smack home runs all the time. So they're pitching him, and the catcher's way over here. and he leaned over to the plate and smashed a home run.
Oh, I remember that.
Great.
Yeah. Do you remember Tim Foley?
I
Tim
don't
Foley
think
played
so.
shortstop for the Pirates. The only reason I knew he was because I but I held baseball cards, and Tim Foley would always have an action shot. He'd always be like jumping over a sliding guy and throwing the ball over. Yeah, I was like, man, Tim Foley had the best.
This guy's
baseball
moving.
card. Yeah,
this guy's moving. So Dave Parker dead. Dick Van Dyke not dead.
Oh,
99 years old. Had to skip a charity event this weekend, though, due to illness. His wife downplayed the seriousness of it, though. She said he was just not having a good day.
Mel Brooks also turned 99 over the weekend.
Yeah.
These guys are getting up there.
He's not going to see that Spaceball 2 movie.
No.
Guess what? Neither am I.
He won't need makeup.
2027, they said it was coming out.
He won't need makeup to be Yoda.
No.
Yogurt, whatever the guy is.
He'd be like 102.
Yeah. No.
I'm
He's
looking
never
on the
gonna
death pool. I'm sure that one of us has Dick Van Dyke.
One of us has Dick Van Dyke and Mel Brooks, I believe.
Let me see. It's not Tony. It is not Mike Calta. No, not Joe.
Somebody has.
I would imagine. I love Dick Van Dyke, so I feel like I would take him because I love him, but I may have taken him. Not Carmen.
I think I had him last year.
I don't know. You have Dick Cheney this year.
Yeah.
Wrong Dick.
I do not have him. Does nobody have
Ian.
Dick? Ian has him all the way down there. Okay.
So he'll live to 104.
Yeah, he's safe.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey guys, I just want to start off by saying I love y'all. I listen to you guys every morning. You guys are awesome.
But
no, there's no but.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to comment on the Jake Paul thing. I totally get what you guys are saying about the whole boxing thing. I highly suggest, if you haven't already, watch Paul American, his reality TV show. I gained a lot of respect for him after watching that show, because I wasn't a huge fan at first, but yeah, you'll gain a lot of respect for him, seeing what he goes through on a daily basis. Training and his lifestyle.
Yeah, we
and
respect him. We even respect him as a fighter. We
Yeah,
respect
he's
him as a
putting in
boxer.
the work.
But
I
he's
get
not.
that.
He's not. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and he's not even coming close to it. He's not even beating anybody that's kind of good. He's beating all has-beens.
Yeah, I question that too. I wonder if he is throwing some of these boxing matches, like the Mike Tyson thing. I don't want to believe it, but I know it's possible. But yeah, at the end of the day, he's awesome. I've always been a huge fan.
All right. Well, I appreciate the call, Pumpkin.
I don't
Thank you.
think we dislike Jake Paul.
No, we like Jake Paul.
Yeah.
He was good on the show.
Yeah, I don't
know. He was, and I love the fact that he came out of him and his brother came out of nowhere and were like, let's use social media to become superstars.
I see what they're doing, but I'm just from boxing though. Like he's never going to get over that hump until he fights
right,
like
and
legitimate guys.
The thing is he almost had a deal done with him and Canelo Alvarez.
That'd be huge.
To the point where whenever Canelo said no, that deal wasn't happening, he was like, "You have the contracts. Like this was supposed to happen."
But we're all going to watch that. Like
that we watch.
Yeah,
we watch.
That would have been huge because I would have put money 100% on Canelo to win in the first round.
But even if he goes in that fight and he's competitive and it's like a closer fight, then he has some legitimacy at that point.
Because also you don't think that Canelo's gonna fake a fight.
No.
He's
way.
a legit boxer his entire life. He's put his whole life into boxing and stuff. You think that he's gonna be like, give me $20 million to throw a fight. He makes so much money boxing.
You have like a lot of these guys that clearly they're desperate for money. And they're desperate for a payday.
Right, all these old washed up guys.
Yeah.
You get somebody.
One more payday.
John Jones is walking away because he doesn't want to fight anymore. He wants to retire. That's a guy who's not going to go in there and throw a fight for $20 million. That's a guy you need. You need somebody in there at the top of their game to go in there and just whip his ass.
And they're never going to get a bigger payday in their life
than
they're going to get for that fight.
No.
By the way, Gio thinks John Jones will be back.
I think so, yeah. Maybe not for UFC, but somewhere.
Yeah, he'll maybe do something else, whatever. Yeah, but UFC, I got to tell you, not that he's old, but he's old for UFC. And if he gives it a couple years, then you're gone.
Yeah.
Because you have 8-year-olds training MMA now. It's like everybody is unbelievable.
I feel like he's just pissed off at Dana, and eventually they're going to work it out.
Maybe we'll see what happens. By the way, Ilya Taforia, who won the 2 different weight classes, the belt and stuff, you can't have anything nice. He can't just be guy's 17-0. He's unbelievable. This and that. Conor McGregor, congratulations on winning my old belts.
Yeah.
That's what makes him great, though.
Yeah.
We'll never see him fight again.
I don't think so.
Well, he's a movie star now.
He fights Jake Paul.
Because he's getting up there in age now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. How about this? So Jeff Bezos and Laura Sanchez, they had their big wedding and all the different guests and stuff. Center of attention, Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Center of everybody's attention, including Tom Brady.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was chatting her up and dancing with her. They spent so much time together. The people are wondering if they're a thing. I saw a meme that had Jesse Pinkman crying, and it said he can't have 7 Super Bowls and
But wasn't he there when Irina shrank?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know.
I mean, she's way hotter than Shrank.
Yeah,
I think.
and she's younger and
Yeah.
voluptuous.
Popular.
Yeah,
Everything.
too big populace.
Power couple.
She loves to show her stuff off too.
Yeah, well, I would too. If I
She
had
shows it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not mad at it. How about this? Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is legally changing his name
Because of us.
to Rob Mack.
Because Spanish couldn't say his name when he interviewed him. He called McElhenney.
Huge fan.
Rob Mack. Yeah, he's
Huge fan.
He goes, "Let's welcome to the show, Rob McElhenney," and he goes, "Close enough."
Yeah. Rob McElhenney.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a difficult name for sure. So he's going to go by Rob Mack, which sounds like he's a rapper now.
Yeah.
Rob
well,
Mack.
I mean, at this point, I don't know why I would make that big of a deal, but if that's what floats your boat.
Mm-hmm. Did anybody watch the HBO comedy show, The Comeback with Lisa Kudrow?
I did.
Some of it, yeah.
It was
you?
very funny.
Yeah?
It was good.
Good news. It is returning for a third and final season.
Really?
Oh.
20 years after the show's debut.
I could see that.
Yeah, so what? It had 2 seasons and then went off for like.
It had the first season, and then the second season came a couple years later.
Well,
It was
now
a big break.
Now they're doing a 3rd season.
Yeah, it was actually really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing a 3rd season because the other 2 got a huge payday for their King Robert commercial.
Oh,
What is
really?
that? What is
Wasn't
that
she
thing?
in it? I thought it was her. I thought it was Lisa
No,
Kudrow. And,
Jennifer Aniston and
oh, it was Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox?
Courtney Cox, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw her doing one too.
Maybe they did. I don't know. I mean, Jimmy Fallon's doing them now. I mean, they must
LeBron
make
James.
so much money on that game.
Well, remember Subway had every top.
Yeah, but Subway's
Athlete-
a chain of restaurants.
Yeah. But we were like, also, they had every top athlete.
This game claims to, it looks like the dumbest game ever, but it claims to have no ads and you don't need Wi-Fi. I don't know how that's even possible.
Yeah.
To have no ads, how are you paying for it?
Probably in-app like upgrades. You buy things.
Oh, maybe.
Like,
maybe.
oh, I need to upgrade my gun.
Yeah.
You get to like level 10, then you can't get any
I don't
further.
know. I never played Candy Crush. I never played any of those things. I don't want to open myself to them because I have a very addictive personality. Next thing you know, I'll be mortgaging my house to try and get the game out of the dungeon.
See if they have it over to Hard Rock.
Yeah.
You guys got this game? A Marilyn Manson show over in the UK was canceled due to protest over his domestic violence and sexual assault allegations.
Brother.
Canceled.
Yeah.
That's surprising. And then finally in news, you missed him again. Could have been out there singing with Danny Zuko.
I know.
John Travolta showed up at a Grease sing-along at the Hollywood Bowl Friday night dressed up as Danny Zuko.
I saw it.
Totally dressed up as him.
Was that a wig? I
Yeah.
guess?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bald. Of
Because
course
he's bald,
it's a wig.
right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks very impressive.
Oh, he has good wigs. I mean, think about how much money he has and stuff. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it was kind of a brown highlighted,
But it
you know.
had gray in it and stuff
Yeah,
too, which
yeah.
I was like, okay.
Here is a little bit of Travolta showing up. People did not know he was showing up to the Hollywood Bowl as Danny Zuko. Take a listen to this.
Are you guys ready to do Wop Up Live It Together? Yeah. On 3, 1, 2, 3. A wop, wop, a wop, a wop, Enjoy the show. We love you.
If
Now,
you are showing up to a Grease sing-along show and then John Travolta shows up,
yeah.
you're losing your mind. You know what I mean? Because if you're a big enough fan to go to a Grease sing-along thing and then the real Danny Zuko shows up.
If Olivia Newton-John shows up, you're really losing your mind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Zombie.
wait.
Couple of things.
Olivia
One,
Zombie John.
he showed up here. Him and Olivia Newton-John did the one here.
Right.
That they did in the amphitheater. I believe that John Travolta loves putting on wigs and loves singing.
Yeah.
I wish to God if that guy is gay, that at some point before he dies, he comes out and says he's gay. I mean, just so that he could have a couple of minutes of living happy, honest life the way he wants to. Because the poor guy, his whole life has been living. Remember, we were reading that story where he said that his days were in the opposite, where he sleeps during the day and then would go out shopping and all that stuff at night. Like, he just has never been able to have a normal life. I wish that he could have some sort of normal life before he dies. But he seems like he's doing pretty good. He seems like he's pretty happy. How we have not been able to get him on this show, I have no idea.
What is it that makes us think he's gay?
I think the story of him going to Scientology because Scientology lured him in and said that they could make him not gay anymore.
Right.
I don't know anything about that other than the fact that that's what the story is, the rumor is on the street, okay? The other thing is he was married to what's-her-face for so long and had kids with her, but they were so secretive and you didn't see, you know what I'm saying? They lived in remote Florida places and they were in the Scientology locations, and I think that was just his arrangement. You know what I'm saying?
Kelly Preston.
Kelly Preston.
Who was very hot.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And also I think that John Travolta's showmanship, he has that I want to sing, I want to dress like a woman, I want to, he does that in the movie in Hairspray. He played the woman,
right? That's the thing, is look at all the different movies that he's done, because he's had offers to do all kind of stuff, but you have him sexy, dancing, Saturday Night Fever, Staying Alive, all those things, the Hairspray, all these different things where you're like, I mean,
and then I have a friend,
Hugh Jackman.
yes.
Right,
Singer,
there's
dancer.
rumors about him too.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can't.
But is
be,
it just because they sing and they dance?
Yes, you can't be a man who. Well, that's I'm saying. You can't be a man who sings and dances without somebody going to question your sexuality, and that's wrong. But I also have a personal experience with a guy who was approached by John Travolta at a hotel. This guy was there for a convention. John Travolta was there for whatever reason. They met up in the locker room, like we're just casually talking, and my guy is like, "Holy cow, this is John Travolta," and then he said, "Hey, do you want to have dinner later?" And not that that could be like, "Hey, I met a normal guy.
Yeah.
I'd rather not eat alone." But it seemed like, but this guy's also good looking. He was in good shape. You know what I'm saying? Like the kind of guy that you'd want to hook up with.
I mean, two guys having dinner.
Two strangers that met in a locker room while they were shirtless, and then one guy asked if you want to go to dinner.
All right.
Yeah, it's just look. Yes, it could be very innocent.
Yeah.
It could just be John Travolta being like, "I would just like to have some company from some normal people," but I just want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just curious. I just want to know, and then I wonder why we can't get him on the show. Yeah, I don't know. I just he's been through a lot of stuff. The son had died, and he just seems like such a sweet, nice guy. I wish that he's happy. I wish that he has a happy life.
I mean, he seems pretty happy.
Just as a joke, let's take our towels off and kiss each other.
He's always out at concerts, and he's always at he's doing fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a recluse.
No, he seems to be coming out a little bit more and more these days.
Yeah,
in a leather jacket.
I feel
with
like you
bald
want
head.
Tom you want him to be gay.
I think in my mind, I always thought he was gay.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that if he was, I hope he's happy. I hope he lives a happy gay life.
I gotta tell you, also, just look at him as Danny Zuko.
He loved it.
Where he's got the beard, he's got the hair, and he's doing the sexy eyes, and it looks like he might have a little eyeliner on and stuff. And I mean, it's just like, that's a gay guy. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's also a movie star.
I mean,
it's also a movie star who's doing a role. He's putting on makeup for a role.
Christian Bale's a movie star.
Yeah, he wears a lot of makeup.
Yeah, but Christian Bale, I've never heard anyone look at him and go, "That looks like a gay guy."
No. But I'm saying John Travolta putting on the makeup is putting it on for a role. He's not like he's wearing it in Clearwater.
Maybe he just had it and then happened to be at the Hollywood Bowl.
I wore my Danny Zuko makeup.
Well, there you go. That is it for news.
Gio, get him on the show. I'm going to ask him.
If he's gay?
Get right out of the game.
Yeah.
I'm just going to kiss him on the mouth.
Oh, okay.
See if he tongues me. If he doesn't tongue me, then I'm going to feel very
maybe
bad. Maybe he just doesn't like me. Yeah.
The couple times I've reached out, we've been turned down.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll always keep trying.
He knows because every time people run into him, they were like, "Oh my God, I was at a restaurant in Clearwater and I saw John Travolta and I said, Mike Calta's trying to get you on the show." And he goes, "I know, I keep hearing about it."
Is that the guy that's saying I'm gay?
Yeah.
Wants me to be gay and
about
happy?
me being gay.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, what would be better if I look at John Travolta straight in the face and say, "Are you gay?" And he looks at me and says, "I've had to deal with this my whole life." And the answer is no. I was happily married to Kelly Preston. She died, and I don't want to date anymore. And I just want to live. And I'd be like, my bad.
And I like singing and dancing.
Yeah.
Like that's just
sing and
something.
dance.
But
It seems like the only thing we have is he likes to dance.
Yeah, but he's liked to dance since the 70s.
Yeah.
I've liked to dance since the 70s.
And we know what you've done. We know your lifestyle.
All right.
Lock that in. Get your all done this
All
show.
right. I'll try again.
We got to take a break. We're running way behind. Ian will be here in the 9 o'clock hour. I'm dying to hear how his comedy show went this week. But before we go to break, I want to tell you about my friends at Waterman Properties. If you're looking to do your patio up for the summer, you want to make that place look great. Imagine you're having a 4th of July party this weekend and you're like, man, this patio could have been so much nicer. I don't know what you're waiting for. From custom patios and pavers to upgraded driveways, Waterman Properties is your go-to for bringing your summer vision to life. Whether you're remodeling, rebuilding, or repairing for a storm, Waterman Properties handles everything. They can do everything from demolition to install, all with expert care and zero runaround. And they give you personalized service. They'll have upfront, honest, and transparent pricing and guaranteed same-day response. You call them, they call you back. There's no waiting, no excuses. What they do is quality work done right and done right the first time. Find them online at watermanproperties.net. That's watermanproperties.net, or simply give them a call at 813-715-7383. That's 813-715-7383. Stop staring at the work around your house you wish you were going to get done, something you wanted to change, a backyard, a driveway. Get it done. Go to watermanproperties.net today. Waterman Properties, your vision is their mission. We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. The Museum of Broadcast Communications has announced the 2025 class of Radio Hall of Fame inductees.
Oh, thank you.
Honoring 11 influential individuals whose contributions have shaped the radio industry across genres and generations.
Okay.
I will name these people. Will you know most of them?
No.
But they shaped and
helped
contribute to the industry. This year's class includes prominent on-air personalities, programming pioneers, and executives.
Okay.
Up first, Tom Mojo Garballo.
BN.
Second, you may know Alice Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
Just played his music.
Okay.
But he's been doing radio for a long time.
Right.
But
Yeah.
had he not been Alice Cooper, nobody pays attention to him
100%.
in radio.
Yes.
Colin Cowherd.
Yes, I know him.
Yes. Sports guy, started here in the Tampa Bay area on television, moved to radio, became very popular.
May have been the only sports guy who's never said anything good about the Steelers.
Dee Dee McGuire.
I don't.
But you feel like you know it, right?
Yeah,
I
but
feel the same way.
I think I'm thinking of the McGuire sisters.
Oh. Mike McVeigh, who I actually personally know.
Yeah, he's
been
talked
around
about,
radio for 100 years. Martha Quinn.
Yes.
From MTV.
Right.
Bob Lacey. And Sherry Lynch. The Bob and Sherry Show.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
Say it that way.
I don't.
They don't.
Yeah.
Scott Simon.
Not familiar.
Shelley, the Playboy Stewart.
Oh. No.
I'm Shelley, the Playboy. What do you call it? Do you be like, what's up, baby? This is the Playboy.
Huh.
I don't know. And Premier Networks president Julie Talbot. All are in the Radio Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday we'll get there.
Who cares? I don't know. Ann Kelly will be there. I'll go to Ann Kelly's induction when she's in. I mean, imagine if you were in the Hall of Fame. That's pretty good. You'd last forever, you know? I mean, you'll forever be in the Hall of Fame. But also, who cares?
It'd be all right. It'd be pretty cool. You're recognized by your peers.
You're not the Baseball Hall of Fame.
That's the thing.
You're
Like to radio, the only people that care about the radio Hall
Are
of Fame,
other radio nerds.
right?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, I mean, the fact that you spent your life in an industry and now you're being recognized by that industry is something. You know, it's not nothing.
Yeah, if you spend all your life in the industry and nobody cares.
That's the best way to put it. I agree with that 100%. It's not nothing. It's something.
But
it's not nothing.
also, if you told me you just got an email and the Mike Calta Show is going in the Radio Hall of Fame,
Yes, there would be. I'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool.
that's awesome. Yeah.
But also, if you said next year there is a radio show list and it's we're not on it, I'd go, well, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really, up until I was really nominated for one, I don't even know what a Marconi Award is or what it does. I know everybody in the executives get very excited about it, and I got nominated, and everybody's like, oh, and I was like, oh, okay. I felt very prestigious for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Then I got nominated again, and I was like, wow, okay, this is great. Two-time nominated. But two-time loser is what it is.
Yeah,
I lost twice.
It's better to be not nominated at all
Yeah.
than to be
Than
nominated
be a two-time
twice
loser.
and lose.
Yeah.
Especially when somebody in the building has one.
Right? It took it right from me.
That's even worse.
She deserves it.
Yeah.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, what's up, Mike Calta? It's Medicine Man.
You are on the restricted list. We are mad at you because you did not come to see our band play at Whiskey Willie's, but you made it out to Slightly Stupid this weekend.
Yeah, I sure did. I made it slightly stupid.
Sure did.
Damn right. How about
I
that?
know, I ran into Drew out there, too.
Yeah. Well, you guys both deserve each other.
That's not bad. It's an event to go to.
All right,
I had a way to get out there.
Call Drew. Call Drew today. He'll be on the air at what time? 2 o'clock?
4.
I know
o'clock.
it's around 2 o'clock. He
All
comes
right.
out, but you guys,
No,
why you guys?
that's it. Call Drew's show now. You guys are best friends. The only one I want to talk to is Dum Dum Lori. The rest of you guys bug me. I don't even want to talk to Crazy Patty anymore.
Oh, somebody sent me pictures of Crazy Patty's wedding.
Wedding?
Yes.
What?
From what?
From her original wedding.
How'd they get those?
I have no idea.
Garage sale?
Somebody had done some work at her house or something, and they sent me the pictures because they said that
Somebody
she
did work in her house and was going through.
no, they said that
Photo album.
she gave them the pictures. Like here, I have to have my wedding photos.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
And
so, do you remember Magnifico?
Of course.
Okay, Magnifico was a beast of a woman, but when she was younger, she was skinnier and I guess more attractive. And she had given me some pictures of her wearing lingerie, but nothing you could see through. It was just like a nightie and whatever.
Right.
And I didn't know what to do with them. And then one day my wife found them in they were in my top drawer, my underwear drawer. And she goes, "Can I ask you a question?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "What are these?" And I just started laughing. I go, "They're my sexy girlfriend." What do you want? And I'm like, that's Magnifico in the 70s.
Oh, okay, I gotta find.
I think that if they weren't on hardcore picture, like actual hard tangible pictures, my wife actually would have been mad about it.
By the way, look at the picture I just sent to you guys.
All right, hold on. Stand by.
How dare he?
Mm-hmm.
How dare
Birds
he?
of a feather.
Yep. Medicine Man and Drew Garabo.
Yep.
Out.
Good.
I got one for you. Ready?
Hey, Drew, guess what, Drew? He's yours now. Keep him. You wanted him. You got him.
Look at little Crazy Patty's had some heat on her back in the day.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Aw.
Yeah.
She looks glamorous.
She looks like Bob Newhart in a wig.
I mean, she does have Bob Newhart qualities. What was she, 50 when she got married?
I have no idea.
Everybody looked old back then, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is an old looking face.
Yeah.
Like the chick to her left doesn't look old.
Sure she does.
Not that old.
Yeah, look at that hair and stuff and everything.
Yeah,
I bet
so-
Crazy Patty is 32 years old there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
she's
was-
got 47-year-old eyes.
I would have said early 30s.
Yeah.
And how old do you think the broad next to her is?
Probably 29,
Yeah.
30.
Slightly younger.
Yeah. All right, I agree with that.
So this guy Phil, who sent me the photos, said he was an electrician. They did some work at Crazy Patty's house, and they mentioned that they were big fans of this show. That's when she said, "Oh, let me give you my wedding photos."
Makes sense.
Did she ever mention to anybody why she doesn't call the show anymore?
No, he didn't say.
I
yeah.
think her family.
Yeah, but she's been calling Drew's show, I think.
By the way, can I point out that is always the case with every one of our special people? Their family no longer wants
Yeah.
to listen to our show.
That's true.
It's a theme.
Yeah, that happened with Love Tiger. That happened with Dum Dum Lori.
He said, as soon as we mentioned we were big fans of the Mike Calta Show, she then proceeded to give us her wedding pictures and told us to keep them.
Wow.
And that's the photos.
You mean the same woman that's given us half-eaten jars of peanut butter is
Yeah.
giving out wedding photos?
Here, I got another one. I'll send
All
you
right,
there.
all right. Interesting. I have a story here that I'd like to bring up and really let it sink in. All right. Police in Leesburg didn't have to search long for a suspect in a fatal shooting that happened Friday. Why?
Because they continued to shoot off the gun in public.
No.
Oh, they were looking for the victim?
They were looking for the guy, but they didn't have to search very long. They got him because his father turned him in.
Oh.
I started reading this at first, and I was like, oh, I'd never do that. Officers with Leesburg Police Department responded to reports of a shooting on June 27th. They arrived to find the 20-year-old victim suffering from a gunshot wound. The victim was transported to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. While investigators were at the scene of the crime, the suspect, 18-year-old Cameron Pickard, and his father arrived at the police station where he turned himself in. The father made him turn himself in. And I thought about it, and I was like, my plan would be, how do we get Joey out of the country? But then I thought the right thing to do would be to turn him in.
But also circumstances. You don't know what the circumstances. He may have said it was self-defense, something like that. And the father said, listen, if you run, you're guilty.
Bad.
You're done.
Yeah. So if it was self-defense, turn yourself in, get a lawyer, let's start putting the case together and doing it that way, whatever. I don't know what the circumstances were, but,
They're going to find you.
They're going to find you. All you're doing is making it worse for yourself.
Pretty much.
I mean, if you know that you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life or get the death penalty, sure, run.
I know
what I mean? Because they can't do anything worse.
I know somewhere where I could hide my son right now where you'd never find him. And it's something that is it's something that's not related to me that he can go stay. But the problem is he's going to have to live his life like Walter White did at the end of it, where he'd just be living in a trailer.
You'll never be able to talk to him ever again.
Never. Well, yeah, you're probably right.
Because the minute
they track me to him,
and what kind of life is that? You know what I mean? Like if he's in jail, you can go see him and have visitations and stuff like that. But if he just has to live on his own,
off the grid, in a trailer somewhere,
right, and have no contact with anybody, is that any better?
No.
Also, let me ask you this, without you giving too much away, because you want to keep this place, whatever. How does it have no connection with you? Are there people there?
No.
There's no people there. So you're just sending them out in the middle of nowhere. Is there shelter?
Yes.
That he could go in without trespassing and be arrested and stuff?
Never be seen going in. It's like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but I still don't believe you. I feel like there's a connection to you.
No,
there has to be a connection to you.
There's not.
How do you know about it, and why wouldn't he get busted for trespassing?
There's no red string that you would attach from this person to me.
So there's an attachment, though. Yeah, you know the person, so there is an attachment.
Exactly. The cops are smarter than you.
Yeah.
You just said you know the person.
I said there's no red string you would attach to this person to me.
Right.
There's no attachment.
But you know a person, you know them.
I know a lot of people.
I know, but
I don't
you
ever
understand
talk to
what I'm
this
saying?
person.
It's not.
I never call this person. I never talk to this person. I never
Doesn't matter.
I'm not a Facebook friend of this person.
You know who they are. They know who you are.
You have their number in your phone?
No. No, it's I'm once removed from this person.
Once removed.
Yeah. So then you know somebody who knows this person.
You're not going to outsmart the cops.
Yeah. Good luck.
They're going to catch him and say, "Listen, your dad led us right to you."
Yeah. He thought he was smart. He's not. He's not smart.
Somebody in the chain could mess up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But I'm telling you, as far as me being concerned and having relations or connections to this person or this property or this place, I've got nothing. You can go through all my stuff. You'll never be able to connect A to B because there is no connection.
You're once removed.
I'm once removed from this person. Like I'm not talking to this person.
I understand.
Yeah.
But whenever they don't just go, let's see who Mike knows. They go, let's see who Mike knows. They go, let's see who Mike knows. Let's see who Mike knows.
Yeah.
Right. But do you know how many people Mike knows?
I'm not saying it's going to be easy.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about.
But it might be.
Thousands and thousands of people.
Right. And if they pick this one randomly who goes bing, bing, connected.
Yeah, but what are they? So I could even give them the guy's name. How are you going to find him? Well, all right. Obviously, you see what he owns. But I mean, I'm like, what I'm saying is his name comes up in a list. What are they going to find out?
They talk to 1,000 people. They talk to this guy. This guy sweats. They got him. You know what I mean? You don't know how good he is.
Not a sweater.
Everybody's not a sweater until they start sweating.
This
So
guy-
the police start
I will
Or
tell you
sweating.
until
this.
they threaten to
This
put
guy-
him in jail.
This guy's a professional criminal.
Okay, well now he's definitely on the list.
Tom.
No, he's not. He hasn't been caught. He hasn't been a caught
He's
criminal.
never been caught.
You don't know what kind of criminal
Ah,
he is.
yeah.
No,
You're
yeah,
already
you're
done.
done.
You're already done. We
I
got
don't-
him.
he doesn't make it 24
You guys
hours.
have no idea who it is.
Yeah, but there's got to be a trail. The fact that you'd have to give your son that information in itself is going to connect you.
It's the friend of your father's that said something bad about the sailor. Boom, you're caught.
About the sailor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now you're
Got
both
him.
going to jail.
Got him.
No, you can't go through my father. That'd be the first place everybody'd look. No, there's no. Listen. There's contingency plans for everything.
I know you're saying
listen,
it, and
No.
you think that that's not.
I
but
know
I'm
that you
telling
two super sleuth think that you're all over it, but there's
No,
no
I'm
way.
not
And
saying
you
us.
also- but
I'm
also-
saying the cops.
Yeah, and also,
I don't.
Mike,
I
you-
think you're giving a lot of credit to the local police force.
You think that jail would be fun and you could live in in a cabin in the middle of nowhere? You are delusional.
I'm not
We
going.
also
I'm
know
not going.
that.
I also
Yeah.
said I'd rather go to jail than do this.
You thought your basketball hoop was gone this morning.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
It's out there.
it remains.
Joey checked on
you really
it.
cover your tracks.
I can't even keep track of a basketball.
No, like you're gonna.
I'll hide the key. I'll hide the key under the basketball hoop. Wait, is that still there?
Yeah,
it's
like-
not there. No, it's there.
I hate every one of you on this show. It's the worst show ever.
So I
But you-
admire your devotion to try and make it happen.
You bring up these wild theories all the time,
Right.
but it ends the same way. We all point out how it totally is a lie or wouldn't work, this, that, and then you guys are jerks.
Yeah.
I'm telling you
How
right
dare
now.
you not believe my lies?
I'm telling you right now. You'd never catch him. You'd
That-
never find him.
That I don't believe.
Do you know how many people say that? Do you know how many people say that?
Yeah.
That's the same thing as it's not loaded. You know how many people say it's
Do you
not
know how
loaded
many
and then
people
shoot
are-
themselves in the face?
Do you know how many people are on the FBI's most wanted list that have never been caught?
Do you know that Patel caught the top 10 already?
Yeah.
The top 10 are caught. Do you believe that? During the whole Obama, Biden, all those administrations, no, Patel is
No, I
already
don't
caught
believe
all
that.
10. Well, look it up.
I don't believe
Look
that
it
at
up.
all.
They just caught. I think the last guy. Remember there was that New Orleans breakup. They broke out of prison in
Yeah.
New Orleans. They
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
caught the last guy. Like,
Oh, really?
Yesterday,
Yeah.
over the weekend.
He grew his hair out.
Yeah, there was like 9 of them, and they caught them all murderers.
I'm looking at it right now. The most wanted list.
Yeah, well, maybe they have a new most wanted because they caught the top 10.
Oh, Francisco Martinez looks so happy. Well, they're all
Yeah,
Hispanic.
10 through 20 move up the list.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I used to look at this list, and number one was Osama bin Laden back in the day.
Got him.
Mm.
So this is January 20th, caught 3 of the top 10, but allegedly, let's see, another most wanted captured by, so March and caught another one. It says that the FBI's most wanted top 10 are now in custody.
Well, listen, he's not getting me.
Hilarious.
You won't get me, Cash Patel. Just telling you.
I got a plan. I know you're
I
telling
believe you
us.
believe that.
Yeah. I don't even believe he believes it. People make mistakes, and it's like we've talked about anything else. It's levels. You have detectives that have been doing this their entire life. This is what they do. They know all the tricks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's things that you have not thought of that they'll immediately go to because this is what people forget to think about. And I'm not saying me. I'm not saying Gio and I
No,
are going out and finding it. I'm saying that's what they do. And yes, you may get away with it. You may absolutely 100% get away with it, but you may be caught the next day.
And also,
Literally.
you think your son won't call his girlfriend, won't try to reach out to friends. He'll be able to stay off a cell phone and get an old car and be able to fix it himself so they can't track him because all cars have trackers.
No.
But that's what I'm
Listen,
saying. Like
Carmen,
they'll
what I was saying was I was starting the conversation by saying the only way that this works is if you live your life miserably sitting in a trailer in seclusion doing nothing. That's it.
And is that better than living in prison?
and actually having like visitation and stuff.
I don't know.
You watch TV.
Yeah, I
you get
don't.
food,
I don't really know.
Toilet wine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oof.
It would be hard to sit my son down and say, "Hey, you screwed up. We have to go to the police. Yeah, I mean, that's
Sure.
the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It's probably the hardest thing that I'd ever have to do. It would be much easier for me to be like, I got to go to the cops than have to take my son to the cops.
Depends what the charge is.
You were talking about Dateline. There is a bunch of different Datelines, and there's a whole documentary about this one kid. The kid was accused of murder, and it was this big whole thing. I forget, he was like in a foreign country and was in jail and all this stuff. And his father just kept on going, finding new stuff, doing all this stuff. And his father got him freed.
Oh,
It
really?
wound up not being him. It was somebody else and stuff. They had the wrong guy. And it was like, I'm devoting my life to this. This is my son. I have to get him out of there. Yeah, but it's wild because, we know how many people are in wrongfully convicted.
Sure.
That are in prison.
Sure.
They said there's a certain percentage. I want to say it's like 8% or 10% are absolutely wrongfully convicted.
Yeah, and it's terrible, but you after a while you just give up hope too. You're like, well, what else could we do?
What do you do? Obviously you're a bad person. If you do something bad, whatever, and then they catch somebody else for the crime you committed, do you think, oh, good, or do you live with the guilt of somebody else taking the rap for what you did? Or do you also live with the guilt of them in there and going, this guy's going to tell him it's not them. And if he gets the proper lawyer and this, that, and then they're going to come after me. You know what I mean? What's that situation like?
Oh, I don't know, man. The guilt might get to me.
I think the worst thing that could possibly happen, if you commit a crime and you go to prison, that's awful, whatever. But you go, they got me, I committed a crime, this, that. If you don't, and you're wrongfully convicted and you're in for 30 years and then they go, oh, it wasn't him.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, you're about to be a gazillionaire.
You're gonna be, what, 3 million, 5 million, something like that. Is that worth it? No, I don't think so.
I don't. How many years was he in? Like
30 years. You're in 30 years.
Yeah, that's not worth it.
You're now.
There was that old man not too long ago who was released. They found more DNA evidence.
Right.
Found he wasn't accused of murder, and he got out. I think they gave him like $1 million.
Yeah, and I think almost all the time, like 5 years later, they're dead.
No,
because they just can't handle the outside
life.
Yeah.
You've wasted your life in prison.
Ugh, brutal.
Well, and everyone thinks you're a murderer.
Sure.
Or rapist or whatever the case is, and then you get out, and people, like, even though you're proven innocent, that stigma still stays with you.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they let you out, but I'm sure you did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
One of those kind of things.
Just like Shawshank. Don't you think it's a coincidence that a lot of people say they're innocent?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of
don't be so obtuse.
There's a lot of counterintelligent people fleeing on here.
Oh yeah,
like spies. They look good. They look like spies. It's fun to look at every once in a while.
Seinfeld had the great bit about it, how they had the top 10 FBI's top 10 most wanted in the post office.
Yeah.
Like you were just to go, I'll take number 7. I got him.
Maria Antolevina Bovda. Counterintelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody, Maria or Arena, you meet a girl and she's got one of those names, she's trying to get info from you. This guy, Rim Unchol. Sakwang Kayak.
Whoa, what? I'm sorry?
I'm just reading it
Do
the way
what?
it's written.
What?
No.
How easy would it be for a woman, especially a hot woman, to get information from people?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because every one of us would just be telling all kind of stuff. Where you went to high school, your mother's maiden name, your first pet, what else do you want to know?
Not even realizing that you're doing it.
Not even realize it.
Yeah.
You just think that, oh man, she is into me.
I could hide a fugitive, but I would give up all my secrets to a hooker.
Yeah. Did
right.
you ever see, what was that movie with Jennifer, what's her name? Jennifer
Jason Lee.
No.
Jennifer Aniston.
She was in
Jennifer-
Hunger Game. Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence, where she was the Russian spy.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I forget what it was called, whatever. But by the way, she gets banged in front of the whole like spy class.
Oh yeah,
because
so
they're
break it
going.
down.
Yeah, they're going through like different operations and stuff.
Red
and
Sparrow?
and they'll see how far they'll go into, and she just lets a guy bang her, and she's just looking at the class. She's like, "Yeah, this is happening." But that's her whole thing. Is she's femme fatale. She's super hot, whatever, and she uses sex to get all the information, and she gets all the information.
I like to give her a little
spoiler alert. Everybody tells her everything she wants to know.
All right, we got to take a break. If you want to get through on the phone lines, 800-771-1025. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. Yep, sure is. In the studio with us is our friend Ian Beckles, who joins us every Monday. And I can't wait to get to the. I've been all morning. I've been talking about this.
But what?
How was the big comedy show at Everett over the weekend?
I'm the wrong guy. I'm the wrong guy to ask. I wasn't there.
You can't go to your own comedy show?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
yes, I can. I was in Ruskin. A buddy of mine let me hold one of his spots, and
what do you mean he let you hold one of his spots?
He has a bunch of properties in Ruskin on the water, and he was like, "If you want to stay, come and hang out." So
okay.
I hung out for the weekend.
I don't have any friends that let me just stay at their house. Go take one of my spots.
You have one that'll let your kid stay at their property.
You don't know that guy.
But you're the guy. You're the guy.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, you're right. I would be like, yeah, go stay at my place.
I know.
Yeah, you're right.
You're the guy.
Yeah. So can't beat a guy and have a guy.
No, well you can, but he's got to have a lot of cheese.
Yeah,
we got to.
All right.
Everything's out. Dizzy actually texted me, "You coming to the event?" I was like, "What event?" And he was like, "The comedy thing." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna make it."
Who else was on this list, comedian wise?
I mean, who else do you need other than Everett?
I don't listen. I can't judge Everett's comedy good or bad because I've never seen it. I don't know.
I've seen it. I'm good once.
Yeah, once.
I'm good to see it once.
You were not interested in maybe some new material.
No.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So you're saying Everett did knock your socks off with his comedy?
I'm hard for my socks to be knocked off.
Really?
It's really hard. Yeah. But no, he didn't.
Who would you say is your number one stand-up comedian that's out there? Like, do you have ever seen
alive?
Live or dead?
Mitch Hedberg.
Hedberg? You liked Hedberg? Okay.
I love Mitch Hedberg. I thought he was hilarious.
Very funny.
I seen him 3 times. The third time I saw him was the saddest thing I've ever seen. He was at the Improv, and I think he was deep into heroin at that time.
Right.
His parents were there, and he was like, "My parents," and it was really sad.
Imagine being the parents and seeing that.
It was sad, and I think he died like 6 months later.
Oh, really?
But he was like not making shows because he had gangrene. I'm like, who gets gangrene?
Yeah.
That's not good.
There is a guy out there now whose name I can't remember that I wanted to turn you on to. Conant, maybe?
Conant?
Scott Conant is the chef.
Yes.
Yeah, not him. I'll figure it out for you. He is another comedian, very much like Mitch Hedberg, very much kind of like, hey, I'm just a stoner, leave me alone, but very funny. Also very funny.
Mitch Hedberg was very deep. It usually took 5 seconds for you to process it.
Right.
Then it became funny.
Craig Conant?
Craig Conant.
Long hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Craig Conant.
I might have seen him before.
I think you will like him. He is Mitch Hedberg-esque, and he's got the stoner humor to him, but he's also just very funny. Like he's like, hey man, I'm just one of those guys,
I didn't think Mitch Hedberg's stuff was stoner like though.
No. But this guy is Mitch Hedberg's deep,
really
deep guy.
Thinking
this
stuff.
guy's just like stoner guy.
Yeah. And Mitch Hedberg says things that I think only he can say, kind of like Theo Von.
Yeah.
Like Theo Von says stuff and I'm like, it's not funny, but it's funny.
If Theo says it, it's funny.
It's fun. It's just because he's saying it.
Yeah. It's his whole way, his whole presentation is
like you can't tell somebody a Mitch Hedberg joke and it be funny.
Right. He has to say it.
Yeah. Theo Von, I think maybe one of the funniest things he ever said is whenever he was he goes, my cousin got bit by a gay guy, so we'll see. That may be one of the funniest things. Like he's gonna turn like a vampire. But Hedberg said that he goes, I bought a donut and they gave me a receipt and I thought we don't need to bring paper and ink into this transaction.
When Theo says, I like raisins, man. I like a grape that's been through some things.
Because that's not something he wrote.
No.
He didn't sit there and go, what can I say about grapes? He just came out of his mouth.
He goes, I'll help a snail. I'll pick him up, move him 2-3 feet, save him a couple years.
But I think it's drug induced. Like Mitch Hedberg said things like, I like to go to the skating rink and skate on the other side of the ice. Like that's not funny. But when he said it, I almost swallowed my tongue. I don't know. There's something about the way he said things was hilarious.
I had a very strenuous weekend this weekend.
I heard.
I'm feeling the effects of it right now.
You know why I'm upset? Because you brought up the importance of stretching.
Yeah.
And about 2 years ago.
Listen to me.
2 years ago.
I know it. I know. No, it goes back to that.
Okay.
I learned about it because of you.
Okay.
Because
I learned it from you, Ian.
Yeah. You had a lady that was stretching you out,
Dina.
and you gave me a gift card to go there.
You still have it upstairs.
I'm sure I do. and I never did it. But the truth is that I've learned that is what I need.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No. So I knew.
See, now you are. I know you're a naturally flexible person, but as you get older, if you have another one of those falls like you had,
Right.
your flexibility, you can't start losing your flexibility. That's what gets you in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what breaks hips and stuff. Like once you break your hip,
Yeah, I'm
over.
lucky that for a fat guy, I'm pretty flexible. I can move and bend things and all that, but the soreness that I feel today in my shoulders and arms from the just swinging a golf club about a dozen times yesterday is unbelievable.
well, golf is not everybody says to me, why don't you play golf?
Yeah.
And I literally say, my body doesn't want that.
Yeah.
But they also say, well, old people play golf, but old people haven't been through what I've been through.
It's true, yeah.
Golf is not a natural movement. That's a lot of stress
It's a
on
lot.
your back.
It's a lot. It's
on
a
your
lot.
like my shoulders don't do that anymore
Like
at all.
Maybe a little bit more than Top Golf actually is, but yeah.
But still, just swinging a golf club is a violent movement.
Thank you, God.
It is.
Thanks for Ian.
It is.
These guys have been crapping on me all morning.
Reality
Yeah,
boost.
especially if you've never done any activities ever.
Yeah.
Then anything, grocery shopping is a violent
Depends
sport.
on how much you do. Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
carts are heavy.
Well, I enjoyed the Top Golf. It just was not.
Did you strike it? Did you hit it? Were you hitting it good?
I mean, I actually did impress myself. I hit it straighter and further than I thought. But I would not go so far as to ever say I'm a good golfer. I mean, I also hit a lot of them on top of the ball and to the left and to the right. But there were a couple where I took my time and I hit it and they went straight and far. And I went, oh, I can get the hang of this.
There was a time in my life where I could say I was a good golfer.
You really?
Like I broke 80.
Uh-huh.
And like the percentage of golfers that break 80 is a minuscule number. They just don't. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I don't understand what the like the whole I don't even know which club to use.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah,
right. Like and then I don't like the idea that I'm hitting off the tee at one spot and then I'm hitting off the grass in the other. And how do I do it without taking a chunk of the earth with me every time I hit it? It's just not for me.
Have you ever done it doesn't even sound like you've been to a golf course.
No, I have. I have. I've played before. I've played in golf tournaments before. I love when you play best ball because then I don't feel like I'm holding up the whole crew.
But also, your love of AI and Bailey, whatever, bring her out there with you because you can be like, I'm 150 yards from the hole. What club should I use? And she'll tell you and give you a kind of an idea. Obviously different. You know, you may hit an 8-iron, I may hit a 7-iron, but basically the clubs are giving you about 10 to 15 more yards as you change them and stuff. But you got to find out how hard you can hit. John Daly could use a putter and drive, if he wants to. But yeah, so that would be the easiest way for you.
I'm not hitting very far.
Yeah.
My son was out driving me. He was crushing it to the furthest circle that you can get it in there. I could not make that circle.
See, I was a guy back in the day that I used to be able to hit. If I hit my driver, nobody else drives me. That was me.
Right.
But I also could hit my irons a long, long way.
Yeah.
And like I'll hit it on the green. Somebody will say, "What do you hit?" And I said, "Don't worry about it." They go, "No, what'd you hit?" And I'll show it to them. They'll see it. It's an 8-iron. They'll go, "No way." There's no if I muscle it, I can hit an 8-iron 200 yards.
Right.
The average person can't do that. And once that doesn't make you a good golfer.
No, it just makes you able to put it out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To hit straight that golf's a tough sport.
I feel like I would go try to golf once on the golf course.
It's a little late now.
What do you mean?
Like your body, and the reason why I stopped golfing.
I don't mean to become a golfer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would go do it like maybe once or twice a year. Oh, all right.
Seems like-
No, you talked me right out of it. You talked me right out of it.
Because for myself, the reason why I don't do it, because my body changes every 2 weeks. And that's not a good thing to not hold a golf club. So in 4 months, my golf swing is going to be different, but I'm not using it.
Yeah.
So you can't learn on the golf course. It won't work, unfortunately.
Also, it sounds like your body's telling you not to golf.
That's exactly what my body's telling me.
It's
Don't do that.
screaming, please
Absolutely
don't go.
do not.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
What's going on, guys? It's Everett.
Oh, Everett, Ian wanted to talk to you about
How'd
your
you do,
comedy show.
Everett? How'd you do?
I'll say the show definitely started out pretty. It started out pretty rough. The audience wasn't. They wasn't digging it at first. We got it going towards the end. But I will say that was. I do want to thank you, Ian, for even giving me the chance because that was my first show I put on.
Okay.
Who else was on the show?
We had Ryan Parker, Miles Massey, Will 24, Davin Galaza, Zach Stein, and Brandon Sadler, and they're all local comedians. Most of us been only doing it about a year and a half.
And a come up.
Yeah, but you can't do a whole show of guys of that caliber. There's got to be like a killer at the end so that they forget about all the early wounds.
Yeah, Davin did end it, and he did do the best. And the next show I put on, I'm definitely going to only have 5 people. It was my first show, so I was like putting all my boys on. I'll definitely keep it a smaller show. But Ian, I want to say the first time you see me, that was at Side Splitters, right?
Yes, it was. Yes.
All right. Well, I was 6 months in my career doing a sold out show at Side Splitters, and I think
hold on, you didn't sell out the show.
No. Yeah, I understand that. I'm saying
all right. Well, don't say it like that. You were like,
Everett, let me say something. You were just as good as Mo, so you're all right.
Oh, Mo's doing it for decades.
I said it.
But I mean, for 6 months in being in front of 200 people, and you might not have laughed, Ian, but there was people laughing, right?
Yeah, but you get a lot of courtesy laughs. People feel bad for a guy dying up there.
Listen, in all due respect, Everett, I didn't mean to dog you out, but you can't expect me to applaud you 6 months in. Nobody gets applauded 6 months in.
Oh, true.
6 months from now, I'll be like, damn, Everett's improved. But in 6 months in, you needed some work. That's all.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I'm saying when you said you don't have to see me again. Well, now I'm a year and a half in, and I'm definitely way better than I was a year ago.
I hope so.
Also, Everett, it's difficult to do comedy in a place that's not a comedy club.
Factual.
You know what I mean? You have the crowd there and stuff, and if they know they're coming for comedy, that's one thing. But if it's not set up like a comedy club, people are like, all right, wait, what's going on? There's comedy happening. And I think as an audience member, nobody wants to see really more than 3 or 4 comedians.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you have 5, 8 comedians, that's a lot.
Especially the first 4 suck.
Exactly. If they're not, pro guys that you're like going to see on purpose. If it's just a bunch of dudes getting up there, you're like, all right, well, we got to get this headliner in here or something.
What position did you go up in?
Second to last. I'm gonna say I was super nervous about going up because like the crowd wasn't really laughing that hard. So when you're sitting there waiting in line to go up,
But Everett, I feel like you're blaming the crowd.
Yeah.
I feel like you're blaming.
No,
if nothing funny was said,
it's a tough room.
They're not gonna sit here laughing.
No. All I'm saying is it was a stiff room. Now I will say that same group of people.
No. The Dignitary Cafe does not have a stiff room. I'm not letting you do that. No. We're not stiff, my friend.
Well, I'm not blaming them. We just call it was stiff. It was a stiff room. Those same group of people 2 months ago were on a show in Ellington. So we had 60 people in the crowd, and they were laughing the whole time. So sometimes it's just the crowd. That's not your audience for the kind of comedy you do.
This sounds like a sound. You're saying the Dignitary people are dumb. I don't like it.
That's what I'm hearing.
I don't like it.
I feel like you saying what I was saying is that it's not necessarily known for comedy. Plus, do you have alcohol there or no?
No alcohol.
Yeah. I mean, alcohol.
It helps.
Yeah,
Alcohol
gets
helps.
you going a little bit and stuff.
It hurts too.
And you're at a comedy club. You're ready to laugh. You've seen
Those
everybody else.
people are highest kites, though.
Yeah.
So let me ask you
That's
this,
true.
Everett: if you took that same group and you brought them to Side Splitters, would people be belly laughing?
I don't know if they're going to be belly laughing, but we definitely would do it right at a Side Splitter crowd. And the alcohol does make a difference. And most comics say they don't. Yeah, it's just the truth. It loosens people up.
Sure.
People get kind of weirded out about laughing too out loud unless they're kind of loose up a little bit. I do shows at Clearwater sometimes. There's only like 10 people in there, and people that's been doing it way longer than me, that's better than me, they're not getting laughs. And people, they feel kind of self-conscious to laugh out loud if there's not a big crowd of people.
Where are you doing comedy to 10 people?
Oh, it's just like a slow night, like during a week. It's just like a 8:30 show.
Where in Clearwater? I don't even know.
It's called Clearwater Comedy Club. It's right next to Hogan's Restaurant, same plaza.
Oh, like in down the beach?
Yeah, literally the same plaza it's in on a second floor. Johnny B's headline there before. It's only like a maybe 60-person room. It's a small room.
Okay. Well, listen,
Everett, do you have any of your stand-up online at all or no?
No.
No, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you go on my Instagram, I don't post like full clips, but I'll post some little smidgens of like little bits that I do. Next time I got like a full 5 on my camera, I can send it to one of you guys. I can email it to you. You can see it.
All right.
Send it to Galvin.
Hey, listen, I'll check it out.
I know
Hey,
you.
hey, I do want to say, Ian, I do appreciate you giving me a chance because that was
It's
my
all
first
good,
show,
brother.
and I'm definitely going to reach out and try to do more.
Yeah,
and then, like I said, I'll keep it to 5.
And I was busting your balls, to be honest with you, because I really like to help people on the come up. I liked this. Doesn't matter if there's 20 people there, whatever. Those people need to get that experience. Okay, you got to poop on yourself before
If
you
ever
make
goes
it.
on the cruise, he opens up for whoever comedian goes on this year.
Actually,
right?
Johnny B will open up for him.
That'll work too.
I don't think it would. I don't think it would.
All right, guys, I appreciate you, and thanks a lot, Ian.
All right, Everett.
All right,
Good
Everett,
luck.
thank you.
Why is your
Johnny-
room so stiff, Ian?
I don't know, man. I mean,
Listen to me. I'm a very honest guy when it comes to this stuff.
yes, you are.
I've never watched Everett's comedy, so I can't even crap on it. I can't say it's good. I can't say it's bad. I think I'm avoiding it on purpose because I don't want to be mean.
Yeah.
And also, it may be great, but I've heard from other people and I've seen some things. Nothing that's making me rush out to go there. But I do also, like you say, I admire somebody who's willing to put it out there and be on the come up. I'm not trying to discourage him from doing it or anything like that. It's just, at what point do you go, maybe it's not for me?
Well, a lot of people have heard that and have still made it. Okay, when you said that he called and wanted to open up for, was it Bobby Kelly or something like that?
Bobby Kelly and Louis C.K.
Okay,
yeah.
listen, which is ludicrous, but I'm going to give him love for asking.
Hey, shooting a shot.
You know, because crazy thing, he opened up for the great Mo at Side Splitters.
Yeah, look, I
know
get
what
it.
I mean?
I am all for taking advantage of an opportunity.
The other thing is comedy's so subjective. There can be literally people that you'll like that I won't like, I like that you don't like. I've been at comedy shows before where I just didn't think this person was funny. The rest of the room is
Correct.
laughing
Yeah.
like it's the greatest thing. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, not for me.
No.
Maybe them. And there's a lot of very, what we would call mediocre, middle of the road comedians that are out there selling out all the time and making money and make a living at doing it and stuff. Maybe not our style, but you're like, all right, well,
There's plenty of comedians that we don't find funny that,
Sure.
that people go, that Vic DiPotetto guy, that people go see him and I think he's awful.
I didn't think John Candy was funny.
oh,
John Candy was a funny actor, no?
I just didn't think he was
well, he
funny.
never really did stand up.
That's what I just didn't like. Everybody's like, John Candy's funny. I didn't think he was funny.
Oh.
But like I don't know him from
completely
SCTV.
disagree. And how dare you take down a fellow Canadian?
And a Canadian, I'm a big fat Canadian like myself. So I mean, I understand I should like him, but I didn't get
I
it.
love Candy
I
as
love
well.
John Candy. I thought he was hilarious. I thought he was a great actor too. The turn that he has in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is unbelievable.
I should go back and watch that. 'Cause
Yeah.
everybody brings that movie up as
I
being
never watched it
hilarious.
either.
I was like, I think I watched it. I didn't get it.
I like me. My
Yeah.
wife likes me.
That
My
whole
friends
speech
like me.
that he does will tear your
Yeah.
heart out. It's unbelievable.
No.
He's
No, I
great.
didn't get it.
I'm trying to think of who I find hilarious that nobody else likes. I do like
By the way, I watched before my Wi-Fi went out, Friendship.
oh yeah, that's an awful movie.
Friendship.
I liked it a
Oh.
lot. I liked it a lot.
Really?
Listen to me. I thought about it whenever I was done, and I was laughing out loud through the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it because I heard it was so bad.
So did I.
Please watch it.
And
All
I
right.
heard from Amanda, who loves Tim Robinson, and there were a lot of parts that I laughed out loud. It's weird, it's dark, but there are a lot of parts that I was laughing out loud at. Yeah.
There were parts.
I
There were
love Paul
parts.
Rudd.
There were parts that made me go, oh yeah, but nothing that made me laugh out loud.
You went to the theater to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I took a nice $20 nap.
Is that how much it
conditioning.
costs now? $20.
I don't even know.
Dude, it cost $20 to rent it.
Yeah.
But also, me and my wife watch it, and I figured we go to the movie theater, we're paying $20.
At least.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
You know, Topgolf was pretty expensive too.
Yeah.
Everything's expensive now.
Yeah.
Everything.
All the good stuff.
You can't do anything for less than $300 for two people.
No.
No,
You can't do anything.
no.
Man, Topgolf, they will run it up on you fast.
Yeah. Well, the
What?
kids kept ordering food as
Yeah.
if,
Yeah,
as if
that's
it was
it.
their last
Yeah.
meal.
Oh, more
bill-
nachos? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
The bill
Pretzel?
comes. You're like,
All
whoa.
Then they just wheel around an ice cream cart. You guys want ice cream?
Yep.
All
Yep,
right.
of
Yeah,
course
we
you
got
do.
ice cream too.
Mhm.
So, all right. We got to take a break. If you'd like to get through 800-771-1025. I know we're a little bit up against the clock, Carmen. We'll take a break, get some commercials out of the way. We'll be back to wrap things up. This is 1025 The Bone. Can I just tell you something? Mushroom coffee?
Not your thing?
Not only is it not my thing, but I tasted it 4 days later. I'm like, if you stop right now and you go, lobster. Can you taste lobster?
I could taste butter.
Butter. Can you?
Because
just think about it?
lobster's overrated without the butter. It is.
Listen to me.
It is.
I am a lobster fan. I am a shrimp fan. I am a seafood fan. I can eat it without the butter and enjoy it. I especially a whole lobster.
But what percentage though? I could eat it too.
No. I am not like. So here's what I'll do. I'll get a whole steamed lobster from. I haven't done it in a while, but from Publix, I'll go because I don't even know if they have the tanks anymore. But I'll go. Just give me 2 of the big ones and just steam them for me. And they give it to you in these little carry-out things, and then I just eat them straight out of the shell.
Eat the guts and everything?
The guts. I mean, the green stuff, the red stuff. I love a lobster. I love a lobster.
See, I get the lobster, and I get the butter, and I take the lobster off, and I put it in the butter and let it soak as I take the rest of it out.
Yeah.
So the butter is very important.
I'll do that with the claws. Maybe I'll put the claws in a little butter, but the rest of the tail, and I could just eat the tail, just hold it like ice cream cone and just eat it. But anyway, I don't know why I was telling you this. Oh, mushrooms. I was walking down the stairs on Wednesday of last week, 2 days after you brought it in, and I was like, I got mushroom mouth, man. I got mushroom coffee. Mushrooms? No, but I could still taste it in my mouth.
But Monday through Wednesday, you were brilliant. You see what the lion's mane did?
Listen to me. I'm just telling you, it's not bad. It just tastes like mushrooms.
It does taste like mushrooms because it's made of mushrooms.
Right. That's the thing. You can't be mad at it because it's labeled correctly.
There you go.
You know what you're getting.
I did enjoy it, Ian. I
liked
drank
it?
the whole thing.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You would.
You know, it turns him into an innovator.
Well, there you go.
Factual.
I don't know. My son got yesterday from Starbucks. He got a grande matcha with vanilla bean powder.
Okay.
I go, who are you? What are you What hippie drink are you drinking over here?
Your son's grown up quite bougie now. Like my kids grew up bougie, and I look at him now and go, "Y'all bougie. You were bougie for real."
I don't know that he's. I think he's more.
What did he order?
He ordered a matcha. I don't even know what that is. It's
So
like a
bougie, brother.
maybe it is.
They don't order that in the hood, though. By the way,
Yeah.
I'll have a matcha with
vanilla bean
I don't know.
powder.
He hangs out with very bougie hood people.
Yeah, there's a thing.
That's him. That's
Yeah.
what he is. It's like all these kids who love rap, but they're all carrying Louis Vuitton bags.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton bag, gold teeth, and they got rides with rims, but they ain't got no money though.
Yeah,
They
that's
ain't got
true.
no money.
That's true. Although my son beat me out of $200 in Topgolf. So one of my things was I asked Joey when he was younger. I said, please don't do drugs, and please don't get any face tattoos. So the only 2 things I'm going to ask you to do. The rest of it's on you.
Yeah.
If you think you really want a face tattoo, say my dad asked me not to, and I'm not going to do it. That's all I've asked for.
Yeah.
So in that time, we know that he does drugs. He loves to smoke the weed,
That's
which
not drugs.
I know, but you know,
It's a plant.
technically,
It's
from
a
a
plant.
parent's point of view, it's a
It's
drug.
as much drugs as coffee is.
Cocaine's
Or tea.
a plant.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking.
Lawyered. Heroin also a plant.
I like to point out my son is not doing cocaine or heroin.
That's
He's just
good.
smoking
That's
weed.
good.
Yeah. But I'm fine with it. No face tattoo, but did tell me he wanted to get a grill. And I said that I cannot
You
tolerate.
nixed it. I'd nix it too. Stop it.
But I nixed it where I wasn't paying for it, and he got it on his own. He went and got it's a piece.
He's old enough.
Yeah, but right, you can't stop it. Can't stop an 18-year-old from going to pay for his own grill. But this idiot left it in the Sprinter, and Tom threw it out by accident.
Oh!
Tom gets a bonus. Tom gets a bonus.
How expensive was it? Because those
a
can be
couple $100.
Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. No, he didn't have full diamonds or anything like that. Yeah.
Let me toss these teeth. They don't go near.
Tom's like, don't worry, boss. I heard you talking about not liking it, so I
Oh,
threw it
yeah.
away.
not in my house.
Sorry, it was an accident. Tom tossed the grill.
Damn.
Or Tom sold it to buy me a new drum rug.
Yeah.
That might be true too. That might be true too. Tom, he's a
trooper.
He's
He's a trooper.
lot of things.
He's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Good heart though. He has a good
Great heart.
He really does.
I'm telling you, he's the most loyal guy you'll ever wish that you could have working for you. I'm lucky to have him.
He'll make those symbols shine, man. Like you can see your reflection in them, like mirrors.
Did you hear that at the beginning of the
Like
show tonight?
mirrors.
I did not.
Put some comment on there. You know?
Tom bought Galvin a new rug for his drum because he forgot the old one somewhere.
Tom
And,
did. Tom
and
left
we were
it
talking
somewhere.
about that this morning, and Galvin said that Tom even was cleaning his cymbals. He tried to Windex his cymbals, which you're not supposed to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like your barbecue grill. You don't clean it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, it's bronze. They're and it's a very expensive. The cymbals are very expensive,
Yeah,
and
they
there's
are.
a certain thing. But you're supposed to clean them not with Windex
water
or anything. But yeah,
Do they sound different?
they look different.
Yeah.
I actually went to speak to his people wherever he works, like the county
water people. Yeah.
The water people. They have a lot of respect for him.
Do they?
Oh yeah, Mr. Tom, everything. You hear with Mr. Tom?
Really?
I mean, yeah, they have a lot of respect for him. Yeah.
Mr. Tom.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start calling him that. Mr.
There you
Tom.
go.
Yeah, he's good. No, listen to me. I'm fortunate enough to have him in my life. He's a good guy, and he has done so many good things for me. I appreciate it.
He's your Billy the phone freak.
No, I like him way more than that. Yeah.
Ron liked Billy now.
Oh, really?
Like when we first came on air, Ron and Ian.
Yeah.
Billy was around for 2 months.
Billy bugs me.
But I'm gonna say this about Billy. He's a freak when it comes to getting somebody.
No, he's great. He's great at
Ron said one time he was at like the mayor's house or the governor's house, and Billy called him and he goes, "It's Billy. I just want to let you know I can get you anywhere." Like Billy can call anybody at any time. I guess that's what Ron said.
Yes.
He
Yes.
stuck around.
Billy was one time I was listening to them, and they started speaking about this guy. I'm gonna make up. Say he lived in Czechoslovakia or something. He was supposedly a real life vampire, but he had come from a long line, a descendant of vampires, and he was a ruler of some area or whatever. Billy got that guy on the phone. That guy that they were talking about. He found them and got him on the phone, and you could hear it was an overseas phone call, and it was. Years later, I brought that up to Billy, and I said, that wasn't real. And he goes, oh, no, that was that. And he went through the whole process of how he found him and how he got him on the phone line. Like, those things stick out.
And that's before the technology we had.
Yeah.
Yellow pages and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Like when I used to go, so back in the day when I was a producer, I would travel to different cities for one reason or another. I'd go to New York for vacation or whatever. I'd go to Cincinnati because we had an affiliate there. I'd do things like that. And whenever I would go to the hotel room, I would take the phone book with me when I came back, so that because we didn't have Google, and where can we get a phone number in Cincinnati? Just open it. Because other than that, you had to call 411 and ask 411 for information in that town. So I had all these phone books, which I did never did anything with. I also had a list of payphones around the country of people that would answer the payphone. Now you just go to payphoneproject.com or one of those things, and you get 9 million payphones around the world.
Well, how does Billy get somebody from Kazakhstan and Gio over here has all the guests
canceling
stiffing them from in town?
Oh,
taking a shot
right in town. They're just
I mean,
not
Wow.
Can't get John Travolta.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen. I do listen.
Yeah.
I do listen.
It couldn't be that John Travolta doesn't want to come on the show.
No, who doesn't want to come on the show?
Yeah.
I don't know. They want somebody to sit here and talk about how gay he is for half
Yeah.
hour.
He's never said that. He's never said he was.
No, that's what that's my whole point.
That's factual. I know somebody who's worked with him, and it's factual. I can say it. There's lots of pictures of me kissing dudes. There's no pictures of me kissing dudes.
Where's the picture of kissing dudes?
Just Google it. There's a picture of him kissing a dude off.
I feel like I'm going to be on a list if I Google that.
I don't trust it.
I mean, I'm just seen a long time ago, but everybody. Joan Rivers said it 30 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, look,
I mean,
my point this morning was I hope at some point John Travolta can live the rest of his life free and happy.
Do you know a heterosexual man that could dance like that? Give me
Hugh
one.
Jackman.
We don't know.
Yeah, jury's out on him, too.
If you went back 20 years ago, I wouldn't think that Tupac, Biggie Smalls, P. Diddy, Busta Rhymes.
That's true.
They're all gay.
That's true.
Okay, so if Hugh Jackman was gay, you think that would be crazy?
What do you? No, I don't think it would be crazy.
No, at all.
What do you think? What do you think was going on there? With you think the possibility that Tupac, Biggie, are all
You ever see the old interviews with Tupac before he became a rapper?
Yeah, he looked
gay. Is so gay. And listen, there's videos of Biggie with Diddy rubbing his shoulder, and he's rubbing his chin on his shoulder, and he's going, "I love you too." Like, it was really come on now.
Really?
If you listen to Biggie's lyrics, there's a lot of very explicit gay stuff in it. Okay, and that didn't make sense then. Now it makes sense.
More sense.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to say this: Diddy's not the mastermind. Okay, people like Quincy Jones and Clive Davis, they groomed Diddy to do this. Clive Davis, people don't bring his name up enough. He's Lucifer himself.
Clive Davis also bisexual.
Yes, pretty much. I mean, he was just banging everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you ever really dig into the Sandusky stuff in Penn State? It was while I was on the air, I was reading it, and I was like, people aren't reading this thing. Like, this guy was checking into hotels 1 mile from his house with little kids. He got caught literally having sex with a boy in the shower.
Yeah.
He was still there 2 years later, and he flew a kid from Penn State to Tampa on a plane that wasn't his. Like, come on, that's a culture. Everybody knew what was happening.
And they covered it up. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But let me ask you a question. Here's why I believe you,
Yes.
and I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Here's the hard thing. Put this in our life now. Can you see yourself like if I'm trying to think of who at work. I don't want to say this because he's gonna get mad at me. But say we found out Mike Olivero was banging kids and doing stuff. You're right. No one loves Mike Olivero more than I do. There's no way.
You have to attach a name to it.
why?
Let's just say Bob.
Yeah.
No, Mike Olivero.
Mike Olivero.
Makes sense.
And I hear about it. I can't be friends with Mike Olivero. I can't stand by. I can't do that.
I understand that. This is a different situation.
And I love Mike Olivero.
Yes. First of all, you use Mike Olivero because he's the most manly, okay? And that would be the most shocking.
I mean, he's the most to look like a gorilla.
There you go.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, people at Penn State, when that coach goes and brings it to Joe Paterno, and Joe Paterno doesn't do anything, who else is going to speak up?
Right, but why if you're Joe Paterno could you not say anything?
Because it's a culture. He has to know there's 100%.
You think Joe Paterno is doing something too?
Doesn't necessarily, but
The program is bigger.
At least he knows he's doing it, because if somebody under me has a 1% chance they're touching a little boy, they're gone.
Okay, I'll tell you this. I believe that this show, if Galvin said to me tomorrow, I'm going to leave to go do my own show, I would respect that, and I would,
Sure.
but I would take a huge hit by him leaving the show. We'd all admit that,
Yeah.
okay? If Galvin was doing something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I found out, I'd still take a huge hit by saying I can't be associated with that anymore, and that's hurting my program.
That's why I'm telling you, because if you allow it, then it's culture. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Even
Like,
if you're not participating,
Correct.
but you
Yeah.
know
You
he's
know it
doing
goes
it,
on.
Yeah.
and you're turning a blind eye. And then on top of
But
that,
I don't know that I
you're-
can turn a blind eye to that.
Right.
They
but
did, though.
They did. And they were allowing him to run children's camp
Right.
at their facility.
I could not live with myself knowing
Right.
I'm somehow associated with this.
Right.
That I'm letting
But
it happen.
What if you thought there's a good chance it'll take down the entire show?
I don't know.
At that point, you probably might as well
Right.
pay
Well,
attention.
here's where you want to know the truth. Here's where I'd weigh it out. Is Galvin doing a crime? Why are you doing it?
Why me?
Why is it
Why not just
Galvin?
a guy?
You and
Yes.
Let's say
You would be the biggest hit I'd take on the show. So if I find out Galvin is doing a crime, if I find out he's stealing money from someplace or whatever,
Stealing money
No,
and
right.
touching a
That's
kid
none
are
of my
not the
business.
same.
If I find out he's touching a kid or doing something that's going to blow up in my face for not knowing, I have to come out and say I can't do this.
But you're not going to turn your child in if he
Yeah.
murders somebody.
No.
There's double standards for
Rude.
you.
I'm not going to hide Galvin.
rude.
Yeah.
No, it's a big difference.
But to allow it and then turn a blind eye to it while it's happening in front of you.
Right.
Like, supposedly the janitors knew what was happening. All the players knew what was happening. He was on the plane with a kid.
Now, are they assuming that he's just having gay relationships and they all said, "Oh, whatever"? He's
Well,
gay.
how do you assume something after you were caught doing it?
Yeah.
Like, you're not assuming it anymore. Supposedly, I read the whole file, okay?
Right.
Rhythmic slapping
Yes.
was the exact quote.
Rhythmic slapping. Supposedly, he was caught behind the bleachers once, dry humping a little kid, and he told somebody that he's teaching him wrestling moves. His house backed up to a playground.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much, and he just looks creepy. You allowed that creepy dude?
Oh, he does look creepy.
He looks so creepy, but they allowed that dude to touch little boys.
Yeah.
Come on, man. If there's a 0.5% of a chance, you can't allow that to happen.
No, I'm with you. I have kids and I feel the same way, and I don't want anybody. But I'm just saying, I think if it was somebody in my organization, I'd still have to risk. I'd have to go. Hey, I'd have to.
Okay,
turn
know
them
what would
in.
happen if you were in the Penn State organization and you're not Joe Paterno and you speak? Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And you'll never hear of you again.
But
what
that's
happened to Mike Calta? Gone.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You know what?
Right.
You know what P. Diddy did? Gone.
Yeah.
Like, they're off the planet.
Yep.
So you could open your mouth all you want, but you have to watch. If you speak out against Joe Paterno in Penn State, you're done.